graduated from Rowan University in the spring of 2022 with a sports communication and media degree. I got to actually call minor league baseball and G League basketball games while I was in school. And then I graduated, and as soon as I graduated, I went to NFL Films in Mount Laurel, New Jersey. And as much as I loved that experience, I miss putting on the headsets. I decided, you know what, talk is cheap. I have a laptop that's in my house, and so 21 months later, here we are, still on YouTube, calling games and building an incredible, loving community on here with the people that I call my Philly freaks with a capital P and a capital H. We go live for every single Phillies, Sixers, and Eagles game, and we do it like old school radio play-by-play style. I'm Jason Joseph, and this is Play-by-Play with JJ.
Shota swung on, barreled out to right field. Bye-bye baseball.
That baby is long gone.
Alrighty, what's up, everybody? Whoops. Testing. Hold up. 1 second. What is going on? Huh. That's weird. Huh. Where's my mic? One second. Where's my mic? Okay. Okay, there we go. That's better. There we go. All right, what's up, everybody? All right, so, here's what we're going to do. All right. So because the Yankees and Guardians are still on, we're going to call 2 games at once because why the heck not? It's fun. I think it's really, really cool. It's 4-3 in the bottom of the 8th. Yankees lead their game 4-3, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Rocchio's up to bat, and the pitch is down for ball 2. All right, what's up, everybody? All right, that's better. That's better. I don't know why my mic didn't show up. That was really concerning. So that was really, really weird. It's wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Bottom of the 8th, and the pitch. And there's a chopper that's fouled. All right, so how do we get here, JJ? So this is game 3 of the ALCS. Brian Rocchio is up to bat, and he's facing off against Tommy Kahnle. So, again, we're going to finish up by doing the Yankees-Guardians game, and then we'll go into the Dodgers Mets. That's what we'll do right now. But we'll also try to call 2 games at once. 2-2 pitch on the way. There's a fly ball hit out over towards medium-depth center field. Under it is Judge. He'll make the catch, and there's 2 away in the bottom of the 8th. All right. How's everybody doing tonight? So it's 4-3 in case you're wondering how we got here. Jose Trevino had an RBI single in the top of the 2nd. In the bottom of the 3rd, Manzardo actually hit a 2-run homer. Then Jimenez had a single and was able to give the Guardians a 3-1 lead. And how about Aaron Judge? He tied it up, was able to score Juan Soto in the top of the 8th. And then Giancarlo Stanton hit a home run right after Aaron Judge to give them a 4-3 lead. A runner at 2nd. We're in the bottom of the 8th. There's 2 outs and the pitch, and there is a called strike to Stephen Kwan. All right, let's we'll put the YouTube TV up here as well. All right, no balls, 1 strike to Stephen Kwan. And here's the 0-1 pitch. That just misses, according to the home plate umpire. Okay. Let's put this on. Okay. Nice. All right. Tying run at 2nd. The 1-1 to Kwan. And that is low and away for ball 2. Tomorrow I'm not going to do a doubleheader, but we are going to be doing sort of the same thing, like what we're doing tonight. Mets and Dodgers will be on first, though, and then it's this game that will be on second. 2 balls, 1 strike here to Steven Kwan. Base hit ties the game back. The 2-1 to Kwan. And that one is low, according to the home plate umpire. That was clearly a strike. But it's now 3 balls, 1 strike. I should be sleeping right now, but I can't, says Serena. What's up, Serena? What is good? 3-1 is the count. And the windup and the pitch to Kwan outside for ball 4. So the tying run still over at second base, and Kwan's the go-ahead run. He is over at first. Charge! And it looks like Aaron Boone is going to go out there, and he's going to make a pitching change here in the bottom of the 8th with 2 runners on and 2 outs. So interested to see what the move is going to be right there as he takes the baseball away from Tommy Kahnle, and we have a pitching change. All right, let's talk a little bit as we are in this break. Let's talk about the Dodgers Mets game. So that is the National League side of the bracket. Let's do that right now. Yoshinobu Yamamoto will be going up against Jose Quintana for the New York Mets. The Dodgers currently do lead the series 2-1 and are looking to try to go up 3-1 in the series. So now Shohei Ohtani is coming up to bat. And here we go. We are in the top of the first. Lineup for the Dodgers. It's Ohtani, Betts, Hernandez, Edman, and then it's Enrique Hernandez, Max Muncy, Will Smith, Andy Pages, and Chris Taylor. So that is the lineup for the Dodgers. And they'll be going up against Jose Quintana, who on the season so far, Quintana has done a pretty good job so far. Why is this not coming up? I don't know. It's really, really weird. So let's see this. Quintana on the year. Well, he has a 10-10 record, a 3.75 earned run average as well. And is now 35 years old. So we are underway, ready to start things off here in the bottom of the first. Or the top of the first, excuse me, with the Dodgers on the bump. Why is this, this is a little bit behind. Let's change the channel. Let's change the channel on here and see if this works. Quintana pitched in the wild card series and went 6 innings, allowed 4 hits, no runs, and 5 strikeouts. Also had 1 walk as well, through 5 innings and 2 hits allowed in Game 4 of the NLDS. What are your final score predictions? Make sure that you do comment them down below. Again, the lineup for the Dodgers, it's Ohtani, Betts, Hernandez, Edman, Hernandez again, Kike Hernandez, and it's Muncy, Smith, Pages, and Taylor. And that is the lineup for the LA Dodgers. Luke Weaver is now coming in to pitch for the New York Yankees. There's 2 runners on here in the bottom of the 8th with 2 outs. Weaver this season has a 2.89 ERA and is also 4 for 4 in save opportunities. So let's go there first. We have the Dodgers game up on the board as well. David Fry is up to bat for the Guardians. There's runners over at first and second with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th. First pitch to Ohtani underway, and it's outside in the Mets-Dodgers game. Fry did walk earlier today. 1 ball, no strikes. Quintana now on the hill, and the pitch on the way to Ohtani. Fly ball hit out over to right field, and that one is gone! 1-0 LA as Ohtani starts off the game with a bang. Wow, how about that? 1-0 Shohei Ohtani for the Dodgers. And by the way, in the Yankees game, there's a problem with the PitchCom device, so Aaron Boone is going to go out there and have a conversation. But the Dodgers currently are up 1-0. We got to ring the bell. Wow, that was awesome. Ohtani is just that dude. Here comes Betts to bat, and the pitch to Mookie, and that's a foul ball. That was on the first pitch, too, of the ball game. All right, so Fry in the batter's box, and Weaver is finally going to pitch. 2 runners on, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th. And Weaver kicks, delivers, and it's outside for ball 1. Here's the 0-1 to Betts, and that one's popped up, hit out over towards shallow right field. Marte gets under it. He'll make the catch, and there's 1 away in the top of the 1st. All right. The 1-0 pitch to David Fry, and there's a foul ball that goes back over towards the screen. Ohtani's just able to get the Dodgers on the board. What was the count on the homer? It was the first pitch, I just said. First pitch. Verdugo, Judge, and Soto in the outfield for the Yankees. Here's Teoscar Hernandez. First pitch, it's a 1-0 count. David Fry up to bat, the 1-1 to Fry. He fouls that one away. Quintana kicks, delivers, and Hernandez fouls it off. It's a 1-1 count to him. Quintana already with 6 total pitches. Weaver with 3. The 1-1 to Quintana. From Quintana, there's a ground ball hit over to shortstop. Lindor has it, throws over to first, and there's 2 away. Weaver gets set at the letters, and the 1-2 to Fry. That's a check swing. He went around. I didn't think he did, but they didn't even appeal. And so the inning is over. The Guardians down by 1 and leave 2 men left as they head to the top of the 9th. And the Yankees are coming back up. So Tommy Edman in the batter's box for the Dodgers. 1-0 LA thanks to a Shohei Ohtani leadoff home run. And the pitch. And there's a called strike. Ohtani's the home run king. Dude, he's the home run king. He's unbelievable. All right, what are your final score predictions for the Mets game? 6-4, says Jane. 1 ball, 1 strike to Tommy Edman. And the 1-1 delivery is down low for ball 2. All right, so now we can actually put this one back on here for the meantime. It's now 2 balls, 2 strikes. And the 2-2 pitch to Edman, and that is right at the knees for a called 3rd strike. And we head to the bottom of the 1st. Again, Shohei Ohtani, first pitch of the ball game, sends it out to right field and gets the party started for the Dodgers. And the Mets are coming up to bat as they head to the bottom of the 1st. Okay. All right. Time to go back to the Yankees game. All right. It's 4-3 Yankees. And they are taking on the Guardians. I'm curious to see how we do calling these 2 games at once. So far, so good, I think. Yeah, Serena, he's a specimen. He'd be a great wrestler when he lets himself go. He is just a dog, man. He really is. He's the best player by far in baseball. It's not even close. He'll pitch again next year. Never seen anything like him. Gosh, the Guardians equal the Phillies. I wouldn't say that. At least that they're playing small ball. The Guardians are not, like, putting up... well, yeah, okay, you can say, like, that they're leaving meat on the bones, but they are... At least that they're sort of scoring runs, but... I think it's, like, the opposite. I don't think that they have... I think that they can find ways to get on base, but they don't have the power hitters. It's just Jose Ramirez and Josh Naylor, and that's it. Like, they don't have... That's where you could use a Bryce Harper and a Kyle Schwarber, right? Because they get guys on, but you got to have balance. We have too many sluggers. They have too many small ball guys. Does that make sense? I think that it's just... I think that that's the sort of dynamic that I sort of look at it. All right, 4-3 Yankees as they go to the top of the ninth. Bo Naylor is now going to be in the catch for the Guardians. And the first pitch to Volpe, and that is outside. It's Eli Morgan who is on the bump for Cleveland. 3-0 record in the regular season and a 1.93 ERA. He's gone 2 2/3 in the postseason by just allowing 2 hits and 1 earned run. The 1-0 pitch. There's a called strike on the inside corner. Again, Dodgers lead at 1-0 as they go to the bottom of the first. We're finishing up the Yankees game, though. They lead at 4-3 in Game 3 and also lead the series 2-0. 1-1 pitch, and there's a foul ball. All right. Good stuff so far. The 1-2. That breaking ball is in the dirt and outside for ball 2. Mets are coming up to bat right now. They're showing off the lineup. We'll get to that in just a few seconds. Volpe in the box and the 5th pitch from Morgan. And Volpe fouls it back. Yoshinobu Yamamoto taking the hill for the Dodgers. And they'll face Francisco Lindor, Mark Vientos, Pete Alonso, Brandon Nimmo, Starling Marte, J.D. Martinez, and Jose Iglesias, Harrison Bader, and Francisco Alvarez. First pitch in that game, it's a foul ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Morgan with the next pitch to Volpe, and that's down and away for ball 3. Lindor wearing his goggles. He's batting on the left side. 0-1 pitch, and that is low for a ball. Actually, they call that a strike. And the 3-2 to Volpe, and he takes it down low for ball 4. And he gets on with a leadoff walk. The ball's 2 strikes to Lindor. And the next pitch, ground ball, back up the middle. Shortstop has it, though. Throws on the run over to first, and Lindor is just out by half a step. So Tommy Edman with a nice play. And there's one away in the bottom of the first. Now it's Alex Verdugo coming up for the Yankees, and he takes the first pitch inside for ball 1. And a nice moon. That just took 3 pitches for Yamamoto to get the out. 1 ball, no strikes to Alex Verdugo. And toss back over to first, not in time. First pitch to Mark Vientos. That's a called strike on the outside edge. Yamamoto not wasting any time. Gets the signs. And the 0-1 to Vientos. There's a fly ball hit out over towards deep right center field. That's going back. And it is a tie ball game. Vientos responds. And it's now 1-1 in the bottom of the first, and the Mets fan base going off. Wow, how about that? That's unbelievable. 2 balls, no strikes to Alex Verdugo. And the pitch, and there's a foul ball. That's crazy. I mean, that thing was crushed out to right center. So Vientos got a home run, and now Alonso's up to bat. It's 1-1 in that game in the bottom of the first. First pitch, swing and a miss. Back to the Yankees, the 2-1 to Verdugo, and there's a foul ball. Walters is warming up in the Guardians bullpen. The ball's 1 strike to Alonso. They'll wind up in the pitch from Yamamoto outside for ball 1. Ended up going 1 for 11 in the NLCS, Alonso, so far. And the 1-1 pitch on the way, swing and a miss. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Alex Verdugo. They'll wind up in the pitch. Ground ball hit sharply over towards the right side. And Jimenez is going to throw it over to third, and it looks like Volpe's going to be caught into a rundown. Throw is made over to third, and Ramirez dropped it. Ramirez tried to tag Verdugo, and Volpe, and Volpe just banged right into him, and he dropped the baseball, And that's going to put runners at second and third. Wow. How about that? And that was a nice play by the second baseman to just throw it over to third. Ramirez had it, and then he threw it back over to second. And by the time the throw came back over to him at third base, he sort of snow-coned it. And Volpe just went right over to him. And I think that, he pushed him, but did he have possession of the baseball by the time he tagged him? I don't know. I think he did. But they call it an E5. Here's Brandon Nimmo, and Alonso got out. No balls, 1 strike to him, and now it's an 0-2 count on the swing and a miss. So runners at second and third in the top of the 9th in the Guardians-Yankees game. And the pitch to Wells, and that is down for a ball. That's a huge error by Jose Ramirez. 0-2 to Nimmo. That's inside for a ball. 1-0 pitch to Wells. Fouled away. Wow. Can't believe that Ramirez dropped that. 1-1, and there's a foul ball to Brandon Nimmo. Morgan was still nobody out here in the top of the 9th of the Yankees-Guardians game. 1-1 pitch, and that's fouled off. Guardians equal the Phils. That was weird. 1-2 to Nimmo, swing and a miss. And we head to the top of the 2nd. So it's Mark Vientos who ties it back 1-1. And top of the 2nd, Dodgers coming back up. Yankees-Guardians game, it's 1 ball, 2 strikes to Austin Wells with 2 runners in scoring position and nobody out. Morgan gets set just below the letters. Looks back at second, now back to the plate, and the 1-2 on the way, swing and a miss. And there's a big strikeout by Morgan. Okay. All right, so I think Stephen Vogt is now going to go out there, and it looks like he's going to make a pitching change for the Cleveland Guardians. So Morgan, his night is done. So how did they score the fielder's choice? They said that Verdugo grounded into a fielder's choice. Verdugo then went to second. Volpe went to second. And Volpe was safe at third on the air by Jose Ramirez. So there's a pitching change in the top of the 9th. Okay. And again, the Dodgers and Mets are in the top of the 2nd right now. And Volpe sounds like a Pokemon name. How we doing calling these 2 games? Can you follow it along? Are you following it along? I kind of want to do a red zone thing next year for Major League Baseball. I know that they have pitch. What do you call that? Pitch.com or no, MLB Strike Zone. That's what they call it. I kind of would like to do that a little bit next year and have an MLB Strike Zone type of cast where maybe the later Sunday games we sort of do that. I can follow. It's easy. Good. I think that it really does work with baseball. With basketball and with hockey, not so much. That's for doing it as a radio call, it's not as good. For football, you can do it, for sure. But for baseball, I think it's great. JJ, what do you think about the roster rally week? Oh, I sent you an email back, my guy. I appreciate it. I really do. I'm going to pass up on it, though. I really, really appreciate it, though. But I did email you back. All right. So we go to the top of the 2nd in the Dodgers Mets ball game. We're still in the top of the 9th in the Yankees Guardians game. Comes Kike Hernandez. Jose Quintana on the bump, and he throws the first pitch, and that is in there for a strike. Guardians and Yankees are back on. Hernandez 4 for 12 so far in the NLCS. 0-1 delivery from Quintana. There's a fly ball hit out over towards right field. It's carrying, but it'll stay in the yard, and Marte tracks it down and makes the catch for the first out of the inning. Walters on the hill for the Guardians, and the first pitch he throws is inside for ball 1. That is to Gleyber Torres. He'd look great in it. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Check swing. Did he go? And they say no, and now it's a 2-0 count. Here comes Max Muncy in the Dodgers Mets game. He steps up to the box and takes the first pitch off the plate. It's a 1-0 count there. 2-0 pitch to Gleyber Torres. And that's high for ball 3. Muncy ended up going 4 for 8 in this series so far. The 1-0 pitch he sees is outside and low for ball 2. 3 balls, no strikes to Walters. And the pitch to Torres fouled away. It's a 3-1 count. The 2-0 delivery to Muncy. And a called strike just below the knees. And that makes the count now 2-1. Walters has trouble. 3-1 pitch on the way. Strike 2 just at the kneecaps. 2-1 to Muncy. And I think he fouled it off. So 2 balls, 2 strikes to Max Muncy. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Gleyber Torres. Mets rally towels waving. Guardians, well, they're a little bit quiet. 2-2 to Muncy, and there's a foul ball. Walters with the payoff pitch. And here it is. And that is popped up, hit out over towards the right field side in foul ground, and it'll go out of play. I'll be back when the Stankies are done. It's too confusing. 2-2 pitch. That's outside for ball 3. Is it confusing? It'll be over soon. Three-two pitch. There's a foul ball. Muncy with his 3-2, and he takes it down low for ball 4. Go Yanks. Three balls, 2 strikes to Gleyber Torres. And the payoff pitch to him. Fly ball hit out over towards straightaway center field. This should probably get a run home. It'll be caught out in center field by Thomas. Volpe's going to come in to score, and the Yankees now lead it 5-3 in the top of the 9th inning. Just like that. All right, so it's 5-3 New York. Will Smith takes the first pitch for a called strike. Quintana kicks and delivers, and that's popped foul. Having a hard time following both games if you don't call each game equally. Don't know the players and don't know which game that you're calling. Gotcha. A little because I don't know any of the big Japanese players. All right. No balls, 1 strike in the top of the 9th of the Yankees game. Pitch to the Dodgers. Ground ball hit out over towards shortstop. The flip over the second. There's 1. Throw over to first. And they call him out. And they say it's a double play. Juan Soto up to bat for the Yankees. And the 0-1 pitch to him, and that's taken low for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike to Juan Soto. A runner on over at third. Walters kicks and delivers, and that's fouled back over towards the screen. I think that Smith was safe over at first. That's what they're challenging. The 1-2 to Juan Soto. And that's on the outside corner for a called strike 3. And the top of the 9th over. And we go to the bottom of the 9th in Cleveland. It is 5-3 New York. It'll be over soon. What's up, JS? Came on to check the scores, but will only watch my home team. We'll follow the Phils, but will not be emotionally invested anymore, Sasima Fox. I got you. So they overturned the call in the Dodgers game, and they ruled him safe over at first. Top of the second, 2 outs, a runner on over at first. And the pitch, and there's a changeup that's taken down low for a ball to Andy Pages. Guardians are going to the bottom of the 9th. Dodgers Mets are tied 1-1. 1-0 pitch to Pages. That's fouled back over towards the screen. The Yankees will go to the World Series. Let's go, Guardians. I appreciate that, Sema Fox. I do. I appreciate that. Pages, 23 years old, 6 feet tall, 212 pounds. 1-1 pitch. And that is down low for ball 2. Okay. I'll actually get rid of this little count here. There we go. 2 balls, 1 strike. And the next pitch on the way, grounder, rolled over to shortstop, flip over the second. That's all that they're going to get, and the inning is over. It's a fielder's choice ground out. And Mets and Dodgers go into the bottom of the second. They're tied up at 1 apiece. It is easier calling one game at a time. But, I think that'd be kind of cool. I want to try to practice that. All right, Yankees and Guardians are going to the bottom of the 9th. It's 5-3 Yankees. Again, they were down 3-1, and then it was Aaron Judge who tied it up on a 2-run homer, and Giancarlo Stanton hit a solo homer to make it 4-3 right after Judge homered. The Yankees would then just get an extra insurance run in the top of the 9th and make it 5-3. So it's the bottom of the 9th. Luke Weaver is on the hill. And he'll be back out there, and he'll have to face the meat and potatoes of the lineup, and that is Jose Ramirez, who will lead things off. That was big for the Yankees to get that extra run, because now it would be the tying run that would come up. It would have been. Ramirez batting on the left side. And the first pitch to Ramirez, and that is on the outside corner for a called strike. Naylor's up next, and then it's Thomas. Oh, 1 to Ramirez. Line drive, played on a bounce by Rizzo. He bobbles it, and Ramirez is safe over at first base. Rizzo has made some bad mistakes over at first over these last couple of innings, and now the tying run is coming up. And he was playing him to pull over towards the first base side. He couldn't dig it out, and he just let it bounce in front of him. And Ramirez, who still has a lot of speed, able to beat out the throw. Weaver had to go cover the bag over at first, and Ramirez was running for his life. So now the tying run is coming up. They're going to rule it as an E3. And Josh Naylor with one swing could tie it. First pitch outside for ball one. I was hoping Guardians could make it a series. I feel that. 1 ball, no strikes to Josh Naylor. And the pitch to Josh, and that's on the outside corner for a called strike. Play-by-play with JJ. No hard time here. I would watch both split screen. Toss back over to first. It's not in time to get Jose Ramirez. Mets and Dodgers in the bottom of the second. It's no balls, 1 strike to Starling Marte. One and one is the count to Josh Naylor. He's batting for the Guardians. And the pitch, ground ball hit back over towards the mound. The flip over the second. There's one throw over to first in time for a 1-6-3 double play. And the Guardians are down to their final outs. Wow, that was pretty big. So Naylor grounds out back over to the mound. And they are down to their final out. It's now Lane Thomas up to bat. First pitch. It's a called strike just at the knees. No balls, 1 strike. They'll wind up in the pitch to Thomas, strike 2. And the Guardians down to their final strike. If the Yankees win, they go up 3-0 in the series. 0-2 pitch to Thomas, that's outside for a ball. One ball, 2 strikes. Here's the windup and the pitch. Up high for ball 2. Two balls, 2 strikes. Weaver kicks, delivers, and that's low, and the count is now full. Guardians still down to their final strike. Three and two is the count. Weaver kicks, and the payoff pitch. Fly ball hit out over towards left center field. It's carrying. It's going back towards the track. It's off the top of the wall. And Thomas will go on over to second base, and he gets a stand-up double, and the game continues. All right, so he gets on with a double. In the bottom of the ninth. Imagine if Naylor didn't ground into that double play. Ramirez probably would have scored. Wow. Iglesias is up to bat in the Mets game. It's 1-1, bottom of the second, 2 outs. Time called on the bump in the Yankees-Guardians game as Jackenzie Noel will be the tying run. Iglesias with the 0-2 pitch. He grounded it out over to left field, and he gets on with a 2-out single. So he's over at first. Here's Jackenzie Noel as the Guardians are still down to their final out. He's 0 for 4 tonight. And this is the biggest at-bat of his life. Weaver gets set just at the letters. First pitch, outside for ball 1. Thomas at second, bottom of the 9th, 5-3 Yankees. 1-0 pitch, fly ball, hit out over to left field, and we are tied! Oh, baby! 5-5 in the bottom of the 9th as Weaver blows the save, and it's a brand new ball game. Junkensi Noel says, I have other plans, as the Yankees were 1 strike away from winning Game 3. Wow. That thing was scorched. How about that? Junkensi Noel with the biggest swing of his Major League career so far. Here comes Jimenez. The pitch on the way, swing and a miss. And to think, if Ramirez would have just stayed over at first, they would have walked it off. That is crazy. 0-1 pitch to Jimenez, swing and a miss. They were down to their final strike, and they just tied the game. That is unbelievable. And Junkensi Noel knew it was gone. It was given to him right on the silver platter. No balls, 2 strikes. Bottom of the 9th. If it goes into extras, this will be the first game to go into extras in the postseason. It's traditional extra innings. The 0-2 to Jimenez. Swing and a miss. And we do go to extras. We head to the top of the 10th. In the Yankees-Guardians ball game, as Cleveland has life thanks to Junkensi Noel. And it's 5-5 as we head to the top of the 10th. That was awesome. That was gone as soon as it left the bat. All right. Mets and Dodgers are going to the top of the 3rd. It's 1-1 in Queens. And they're currently in a commercial break. How about that, man? That is unbelievable. I got my little scoreboard up here, too, in case you guys want to see how that game goes. But once the Yankees-Guardians game is done, we'll be able to call just one game. As soon as they were down to their final strike, I was like, all right, I got to just focus on that. That was crazy. Junkensi Noel. How about that? And yes, I have to ring the bell for that. Even though I know it's our bell. Whew. JJ getting all the good calls today. Yes, sir. If you guys are new, make sure you guys like and subscribe. We're going to extras in Cleveland. That's pretty sick. All right. Top of the 10th. And again, it's traditional extra innings. Let's go Guardians, I guess. Just Jayin. Yeah, I'm low-key rooting for that. I just want a good game. That's insane. It is insane, man. It is absolutely insane. They're going to the top of the 10th, and Aaron Judge will lead things off. Again, no ghost runners. It's traditional extra innings. So no runner over at second. That's just for the regular season. So Judge will lead things off, and then it's Stanton. Judge and Stanton went back-to-back the last time that they were up to bat. There have been a total of 6 runs scored from the 8th inning on. As crazy as that sounds. 5-5. 9 hits for the Guardians, 6 for the Yankees. Chris Taylor's up to bat for the Dodgers in the top of the third. And Ohtani's up next. But we're going to extras here in Cleveland, Ohio. 0-2 pitch to Chris Taylor. That's outside. All right. So Pedro Avila is going to pitch for the Guardians. And the first pitch to Judge is outside for a ball. Jhonkensy Noel is now playing out in right field. He just gave the Guardians life. 1-0 pitch to Judge, swing and a miss. And the count is now 1-1. I'm glad there's no ghost runners. I don't mind it in the regular season because they play 162, just not in the playoffs. Yes. That's a good point, Lou. 1-1 to Judge, swing and a miss. And the count is now 1-2. Mets and Dodgers in the top of the third. The 1-2 to Judge. That's in the dirt for ball 2. Two balls, 2 strikes. Avila gets set at the belt. Kicks and delivers. And there's a cold strike 3 at the knees. All right. And there is 1 out in the top of the 10th. That was a big strikeout to Aaron Judge. Ohtani back up to bat for the Dodgers with 1 out in the top of the third. It's 1-1 out in Queens. First pitch to Giancarlo Stanton, and he takes it outside for a ball. One ball, no strikes. Next pitch to Stanton, and that's down low for ball 2. So 2 balls, no strikes to Giancarlo Stanton. Charge! 2-0 pitch on the way. That's outside and low for ball 3. 3 balls, no strikes to Stanton. Count is also 3-0 to Ohtani. The pitch to Stanton, and that's on the outside corner. Ohtani just walked. The 3-1 pitch to Giancarlo Stanton. Swing and a miss. He swung at ball 4. Jazz Chisholm Jr. is up next. The payoff pitch to Stanton. That's down low for ball 4. And he gets on with a 1-out walk. That's pretty big. Avila still on the mound for Cleveland. Betts just singled, and the Dodgers have runners at first and second in the top of the third with 1 out, and are still tied 1-1. Stanton will have a pinch runner for him over at first base, and it'll be Jason Dominguez. Chisholm Jr. up to bat. And the first pitch is taken way inside, and Chisholm tries to dodge out of the way, and his helmet comes flying off. Oof. One ball, no strikes. Avila gets set just above the belt. And the throw back over to first, not in time. So Chisholm in the batter's box. One ball, no strikes. And the pitch to Jazz. Ground ball hit over towards the right side. Scooped up by the second baseman. Throw over the first. What a play! Andres Jimenez with a big play that he had to extend his arm as far as possible. That thing almost got by him, and he threw it off balance over to first, and it was dug out by Josh Naylor. And Chisholm says, let's look at it. The runner from first does go on over to second, and Chisholm is out. He can't believe it. That was a heck of an effort by Andres Jimenez. I mean, he just threw it off balance over to first, and Naylor somehow, the throw was a little bit wide, and Naylor kept his left foot on the bag and was able to dig it out. Yep, a little bit of some toe drag swag, if you will. That thing gets by him. That's a base hit. A runner on over at second now. So now it's like the ghost runner. It's this time, though, it's with 2 outs. And they're going to intentionally walk Anthony Rizzo, and they want to take their chances with Anthony Volpe. How about this? Teoscar Hernandez just struck out. There's 2 away in the top of the third with 2 runners on. That's the NLCS game. Back to the ALCS. Runners at first and second. Anthony Volpe in the batter's box. Avila gets set just above the belt. And the pitch. And that's outside for ball 1. One ball, no strikes. The next pitch, strike 1, just on the outside corner. The 1-1 pitch to Volpe, fouled away. Volpe today 1 for 2 with 2 runs scored and 2 walks. Time called. And Tommy Edman just gave the Dodgers a 2-1 lead on an RBI double. Wow. 1-2 to Volpe. Up high for ball 2. Edman just hit an RBI double in the NLCS, and the Dodgers retake the lead 2-1. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Volpe. Avila kicks, delivers the pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. And we go to the bottom of the 10th, and the Guardians have life. About that. Bottom of the 10th coming on up. And again, Andres Jimenez with the beautiful defensive gem over at second base. All right, so they go to the bottom of the 10th. We'll go back to the NLCS. 2-1 Dodgers. Again, Tommy Edman just gave him an RBI double. That's in the top of the third. There's runners at second and third. Quintana already with 50 pitches for the Mets. 1-1 pitch to Kike Hernandez is outside for ball 2. Are they reviewing what? You might be a little bit behind, John. Let's go Guardians, says JS. Let's go, baby. All right, Hernandez up to bat for the Dodgers. And he takes the 2-1 just down low for ball 3. Just down low. Three-one to Kike. Ground ball past the dive of Lindor, and the Dodgers now take a 3-1 lead on an RBI infield single by Kike Hernandez. Lindor actually knocked it down, got a little bit slow for a second, but the Dodgers are now up 3-1, and Jeremy Hefner is going to go out there to have a conversation with Jose Quintana. Wow. Lindor able to make a diving stop, but it just popped out of the glove. All right, Guardians are coming up to bat in the bottom of the 10th. Looks like, is that Clay Holmes going out there to pitch for the Yankees? It is. Holmes in 6 2/3 of an inning has allowed 3 hits, 2 walks, and 5 strikeouts in the postseason so far. This is a big at-bat here for Will Brennan. Is it Will Brennan? No, it's Bo Naylor coming up. Kikoman came through. He did. All right, bottom of the 10th. The pitch to Naylor. Line drive into right field for a base hit. Soto's going to get over to it, and Bo Naylor on the first pitch able to hit it out to right field, and the Guardians have the winning run at first. Wow. So Bo Naylor gets a slider on the outside corner and is able to get a single out to right. So the winning run now over at first base. And Rocchio is going to come on up. He's going to try to bunt it, and he does. It's in play. Throw is made over to first, and that's all that they're going to get from the catcher, Jose Trevino. Or Austin Wells actually just came on in. So Austin Wells had to field it, throw it over to first, and the winning run is now over at second base as Bo Naylor advances. Wow. How about that throw? Dodgers still in the top of the 3rd. It's 3-1. With runners at the corners, Muncy's up to bat in that game. Here comes Kwan for the Guardians. First pitch, strike 1. The pitch to Kwan. Ground ball hit over towards the mound, and the throw over to first is in time. Clay Holmes could have had a chance to throw it over to third, but he decided to just get the easy out. And I'm curious as to why. I didn't know if anybody was covering third or not. I thought that the third baseman was over at the bag, but regardless, the winning run's now over at third, and there's 2 outs. Muncy just walked, and the bases are loaded for the Dodgers in the top of the 3rd. We're in the bottom of the 10th of the Guardians-Yankees game. Fry up to bat, first pitch, and that's low for a ball. All these games seem so good right now. Oh, it's great. So great. 1 ball, no strikes. To David Fry. Holmes kicks, delivers. And that's on the inside corner for a strike. One ball, 1 strike to David Fry. The 1-1 pitch to Fry. Foul ball. One ball, 2 strikes. Walk-off run at third for the Cleveland Guardians. And the 1-2 pitch to Fry. Fly ball hit out over to deep left field. And the Guardians are going to win the ball game. As Fry hits a walk-off 2-run homer. And the Guardians win 7-5 and are on the board in Game 3. How about that? So they finally get their first win, and they walk it off in walk-off fashion. Unbelievable, as David Fry is able to give the Guardians the W. All right, how about that? Let's go back to the Dodgers game. 2 balls, 2 strikes, bases loaded with 2 outs in the top of the third. And the 2-2 pitch, that misses down low for ball 3. So David Fry able to walk it off and send the Guardians to Game 4. That was amazing. Smith up to bat. And the payoff pitch on the way. Line drive, foul ball. They were 1 pitch from being down 3-0. It's crazy. Fry knew it as soon as he hit it. That changes the series right there. Three balls, 2 strikes to Will Smith. Bases loaded, top of the third. 3-1 Dodgers. The next pitch popped up, hit out over towards the right side of the infield and foul ground, and Alvarez gets under it. He'll make the catch, and that is going to do it here in the top of the third. So the Dodgers get 2 runs, and we head to the bottom of the third. It's 3-1 Dodgers. That swing by Fry was absolutely huge. See, why couldn't the Phillies put up good at-bats like this? I mean, it was not an ideal situation, David. Really wasn't. You were down to your last strike, and Anthony Rizzo may have blown it. Jose Ramirez almost blew it too, by the way. I mean, that's insane. That is unbelievable. All right, bottom of the third of the Dodgers Mets game. Okay. All right. That is unbelievable. Absolutely insane. And the Mets just got out of a big jam, even though they gave up 2 runs. Okay. A lot of walks. New York can have a restless night. They were going to Game 4 anyways. Well, they were going to Game 5, I meant to say. Whatever. It's not easy doing this job. It's not. It's not so easy. All right. Now we can turn that off. Now we can put the Mets game back on here. So that's nice. Good stuff. Very, very good stuff. Yo, JJ, let's go Dodgers. Oh, boy, what's going on, man? What is up, Young Water? What's going on? I think if the Mets win tonight, I'm betting on them to win the series. Like the live for my guy, JJ. Young Water, thank you so much for being on here, my guy. I appreciate you so, so much. I really, really do, man. How about those Guardians, dude? David Fry with a walk-off homer. Jhonkensy Noel with the biggest at-bat of his career. I mean, just unbelievable. So, 2-1 is better than 3-0. That's for sure. All right, so we're in the bottom of the third of the Mets-Dodgers game. And Francisco Alvarez comes up And he fouls off the first pitch. Yoshinobu Yamamoto is pitching for the LA Dodgers. No balls, 1 strike. That was a heck of a game, dude. 0-1. That's low and away for a ball. Oh, nice. Let's go Mets. Even though you just said, let's go Dodgers. Let's go Mets for you, though. That's what he's saying. 1 ball, 1 strike to Francisco Alvarez. Yamamoto gets set at the letters, kicks, delivers, and there's a chopper hit back over towards right field, and that's going to be in there for a base hit. So Betts fields it on a bounce, and the tying run is coming up to the plate for the Mets. And again, now they're showing the replay of David Fry being able to walk it off for Cleveland in the bottom of the 10th and hit a 2-run homer. Here's Francisco Lindor, and he stares at a curveball that's down low and inside for ball 1. Honestly, I'd rather the Mets win, even though we're supposed to hate them, says Florida man. I don't know, man. The pitch to Lindor, ground ball, base hit into center field. Stopping at second is Alvarez, and Lindor gets on with a single. And the Mets are looking to respond. Okay. The enemy of the enemy is my friend. Yes, sir. That's how it goes, man. That is how it goes. Up to bat now is Mark Vientos, who tied it back for the Mets in the bottom of the first. Wow. 2 runners on, and nobody out as Mark Vientos is up to bat. The pitch on the way, swing and a miss. The enemy of the enemy is my friend. The ball's 1 strike. 0-1 pitch on the way. Ground ball, it's chopped foul towards the third base side. Vientos is 24 years old. He's from Norwalk, Connecticut. Has a .266 average and 27 home runs, along with 71 RBI. Vientos had a couple of homers, or had a multi-homer game against the Phillies. No balls, 2 strikes. Yamamoto trying to get out of a jam. 0-2 pitch. Foul ball again. 6 multi-hit games this postseason for Mark Vientos. Also has had 2 multi-homer games over the last month. As he had one against the Reds that was on September 6th. And, of course, we just mentioned he did one against the Phillies, and that was in Game 2 of the NLDS. 0-2 delivery from Yamamoto, down and away. Bottom of the third, 3-1 Dodgers. Mets are threatening with runners at first and second base. Yoshinobu looks back at third. Now back to home plate. And the 1-2 to Vientos. Swing and a miss. And Yamamoto able to strike him out. What's up, Larry? How's Larry doing? Yet another Yankees-Dodgers World Series. Larry, the Yankees just lost. Yankees were one strike away from winning, and the Guardians came back. We just called it. So it's 2-1. Again, we're one strike away. That was a wild game. Wouldn't you say so, guys? The pitch on the way, and that's taken for a ball. We just finished calling it. It just got done. The 1-0 to Alonso. That should have been called a strike, but it's just a pie for a ball. Yankees were down 3-1. And then Judge hit a 2-run homer in the top of the 8th. And went back-to-back with Stanton. And then the Yankees got an extra run in the top of the 9th. And then being down to their final strike, Junkency Noel was able to hit a 2-run homer in the bottom of the 9th to tie it. And then in the bottom of the 10th, it was David Fry who hit a 2-run homer to walk it off for the Guardians. 3-0 pitch to Alonso. Swing and a miss. Best game of the playoffs so far. I'd say game 2 of the Phillies Mets game was the best game of the playoffs. That really was. That was an awesome game. We can't lose sight of that. We cannot lose sight of that. Because that was back and forth. 3-1. And that is swung on and fouled. I'm being dead serious, Larry. Yep. Actually, what was even crazier is Ramirez got on to start off the bottom of the 9th after being down by 2, and Josh Naylor grounded into a double play. And then Thomas was down to his final strike. It was an 0-2 count. He worked it up to a 3-2 count, and he doubled, and then Junkency Noel was able to homer and tie it. So they came back, and they won. Three balls, 2 strikes to Pete Alonso. 1 out, bottom of the 3rd. 3-1 LA. 3-2 pitch. That's down low for ball 4, and the Mets are going to load the bases. Dodgers took the lead in the top of the 3rd, and it looks like we're going to have Mark Pryor go out there to have a conversation with Yamamoto along with the translator, as Brandon Nimmo is up with the bases loaded. All right, Mets trying to tie it back. All right. So Alonso walked, and Brandon Nimmo is up to bat. Should be interesting. Still 1 out in the bottom of the 3rd. Nimmo 4 for 8 with runners in scoring position during the postseason. More grand slams, please. That's what one of the signs says. There's another sign that has a Comeback Kids sign, and it has a couple of pictures on it. Yamamoto in a jam. 3-1 Dodgers. Bottom of the 3rd. 1 out. Yamamoto kicks and delivers, and it's a splitter that misses low for ball 1. So Jane said 6-4 was her final score prediction for the Dodgers, I believe. Or was it Mets? I can't seem to remember. 1 ball, no strikes to Nimmo. And the pitch fouled away. And the count is now 1-1. Yamamoto with 10 strikes and a total of 18 pitches in just this inning. This has been a heck of a series, man. One ball, one strike. The 1-1 to Nimmo. Check swing, foul ball. Alvarez at third. Lindor at second. Alonso over at first. Yamamoto will call for time real quick as he wants to reset. A 1-2 to Nimmo. That's chopped foul towards the first base side and out of play. Never thought I'd say that. Go Dodgers. I just want more games, man. Nimmo not going down without a fight. Marte is up next. 2 seconds left on the pitch clock on the 1-2 pitch. And that was high and inside, but it's fouled away by Nimmo again. Charge! Dodgers took game 1 and shut out the Mets. Mets then took game 2. And then the Dodgers shut out the Mets last night in game 3. 1-2 pitch on the way. Ground ball hit over towards second base. The flip over to shortstop. There's one throw over to first. It's in time, they say. And the Mets ground into a 4-6-3 double play. But I think the Mets are going to challenge this because it looked like that Nimmo was safe. Let's see again. It's chopped over to second. Good fling from Taylor. And Nimmo, I think he beat it out. Let's see again. Yeah. That's a tough play. That is close. That is close. I think he just beat it out by less than a millisecond. And the Mets are going to challenge this, it looks like. Nimmo is still staying over at first base. So if the call is overturned, it's an RBI fielder's choice, and it's 3-2 Dodgers. Chris Taylor's playing over at second base today. And again, just a great utility player. Let's see. Did Nimmo's right foot get on the line? I think it just did. And Mendoza has a right to challenge it. Yep. That is close. That's as close as it can get. And Nimmo hustled. That's just a bang-bang play. They're reviewing this, and they're utilizing all of the footage that they can. Jonathan says he's out. There's no question that he's out at second. There's no doubt about that. Question is he out at first? I think he just got there. All right, so they rule him safe over at first. So it is 3-2, and that's going to put runners over at the corners. So Nimmo gets an RBI fielder's choice, and the inning does continue. Wow. Crazy. I thought he was safe too. So now Starlin Marte is up to bat. There's 2 outs in the bottom of the third. Nimmo's at first, and over at third base is Lindor. Pitch on the way, ground ball, hit over to shortstop, and Edman has it, throws it over to second base, and the inning is over. However, the Mets do get a run back on an RBI fielder's choice by Brandon Nimmo, and we head to the top of the fourth. It's 3-2 LA. Okay. So let's make sure that we do our lineups right now. Apologize about that. How's everybody doing tonight? Let me know down below. I appreciate each and every one of you for being on here. Mock the Fets. Keep it clean. Larry, update your phone. Yeah, try to do that. Try to do that. That does happen sometimes. If you are tuning into the channel, the name is Jason Joseph. This is Play by Play with JJ. I appreciate each and every one of you for being on here. Don't forget to like and subscribe and tell your friends to come on over to the channel. 77 people are tuning in. Y'all are crazy, man. And we only have 39 likes. Crazy. I did, says Larry. I can try to figure it out for you. Why? Let's see if we can help out, Larry. Why is my phone sending 2 messages on YouTube? How do I stop from sending duplicate messages? No, it's not what I want. My phone is sending YouTube messages. Try to update the YouTube app. That might work. If you try to update the YouTube app, I think that may work. Did you try that? 39 is not updated. That was 41. Update the apps too. I just said that. Yep, just said that. Just said that. Permanently temporaries here. What's going on, man? How you doing? How are you doing? Hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on those notification bell icons, and that way you'll know when we go live. Again, the Guardians just beat the Yankees and came back. It's now a 2-1 series. We'll be doing that game tomorrow night. And the Mets, well, they trailed the series 2-1 to the Dodgers in the NLCS. And this is game 4. So they're down in this game, though, 3-2. That's the score of that. All right. How's everybody's night going? Make sure you comment down below. Quintana back out there on the hill. On the top of the fourth, Dodgers back up to bat. And Quintana's first pitch is in there for strike 1, right down the middle. Another in-game interview. Wild. 0-1 to Pajes. Upstairs and away. I'm BW, by the way. What's up, BW? How you doing, man? What's up, BW? Thanks so much for coming on, man. Damn, JJ's very compassionate. Your parents did good. Yep. Very fortunate, man. The 2-1 to Pajes. Swing and a miss. Reset the phone. Yeah, try to update the app. Throw it on the ground, stomp on it, and see if it works then. That's very helpful. I know you're just kidding. That was funny. College Jason probably would have said something like that. 2-2 pitch. Fly ball hit out over towards right center field. Marte's on the run, and they'll be there to make the catch in the alleyway for the first out of the inning. All right, so let's get these lineups correct again. Ohtani, Betts, Hernandez. That's Teoscar. At this point, I should just say Teoscar and then Kike. Edman, Kike, Muncy, Smith, Pages, and now Taylor's up to bat. Okay, top of the fourth, one out. And the pitch to Chris Taylor, swing and a miss. Drop your link down below, BW. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate you for so much for stopping by. Taylor just 0 for 1. Actually, I think he's 0 for 5 in the playoffs so far. The pitch on the way, and now it's a 1-1 count. Lindor, Vientos, Alonso, Nimmo, 1-1. And that's down low for ball 2. Martinez, Iglesias, Bader, and Alvarez. Good stuff. Quintana, not wasting any time, and the 2-1 pitch is a changeup that's off target. The 3-1 offering. Swing and a miss. Chris Taylor got a sinker right down the hatch. Three balls, 2 strikes. Top of the fourth. 1 out. Nobody on. And Quintana with the payoff delivery. And Taylor stays alive. Three and 2 is the count. And the payoff pitch again. A line drive smoked over towards third. Vientos has it on a bounce. Throws over to first. And Taylor beats it out. That thing sort of caught Vientos a little bit by surprise because of how hard it was hit. It took him a little bit of time. I mean, not too long to grab his feet again. But he threw it over to first, and Chris Taylor just sprinting out of the batter's box, being able to do a good job at hustling. And that is just an incredible effort by Chris Taylor. And Ohtani's coming up. Ohtani homered on the first pitch of the ball game. Also walked his last time up. That was in the third. First pitch he sees. And that is taken for ball 1. One-0 pitch to Shohei. Fouled away. Charge! Jose Quintana has 79 total pitches. Left-handed pitcher. He's been around the league for a little bit of time now. He's now 35 years old, as we mentioned. Throws the 1-1, and that catches the kneecaps. Started off his career and ended up playing with the Chicago White Sox from 2012 to the middle of 2017, and then he was with the Chicago Cubs for about 3.5 years. So he stayed in Chicago from 2012 to 2020. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The next pitch to Shohei Ohtani, and that misses low and away. He then went to the Angels in 2021, got traded to the Giants during the same year, and then signed with the Pirates in 2022, then was traded to the Cardinals. He's been with the Mets ever since 2023. Toss back over to first, and no tag applied by Alonso. Betts waits in the on-deck circle. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And another disengagement over at first base. The throw was not in time there either. Two, low and away. Three balls, 2 strikes, and the next pitch to Ohtani, that's down low for ball 4, and that'll put runners at first and second, and it looks like Carlos Mendoza is going to pull the plug with Jose Quintana. The Dodgers are threatening once again, and the Mets are going to go back to the bullpen. This has been a long game so far. We're about an hour and a half, close to it, into this. And we're only in the top of the 4th. I mean, just absolutely crazy. Imagine if there was no pitch clock, man. I said that I didn't want that I wanted the pitch clock off for the playoffs. I think I was dead wrong. It's good. It's good enough. How many first base throws do they get now? Same amount. Same amount as before. All right, let me do this now. Edmund, what did I say? I'm now keeping score. Hernandez flied out to right. That's Kike. And what did he do the next time up? He reached on an infield single. That was in the 3rd. And then Muncy, I guess he walked twice. Walked. And Smith, what did he do? Fielder's choice. And then he fouled out. Okay. And Pages grounded into a fielder's choice. That was 6-4. Smith's fielder's choice was what? 1-4. Okay. I still keep score. That's what I do. I still like to keep score. And then Taylor, I think, led off the 3rd. And he lined out to right. Okay. All right, so we're caught up with that side of the scorecard. Got to catch up now to the Mets. Isn't he the only MLB player who holds the bat like a Samari, a warrior, like a katana? Is it just me? Who's Shohei? I don't know. Shohei's I don't know. He does have a different stance, but it's cool. I love it. I don't know how you compare it to. All right, here we go. The pitch. That's outside. Jose Budo is now pitching for the New York Mets. So 2 Jose's. 1 ball, no strikes to Mookie. And he takes it low and away. That's today. 1 for 2. Flied out to right in the 1st. Singled in the 3rd. And there's a head in the count. 2 balls, no strikes. 2-0 pitch. Line drive. Base hit into left field. And Taylor's going to come on home to score. Ohtani's now being waved home. There is no relay to the plate. And the Dodgers get 2 runs on a big 2-run double by Mookie Betts. And now lead it 5-2 in Queens. Wow. Just hit out over to left, and then Nimmo went over towards where the ball was hit, and then it just rolled all the way over towards the wall, and Ohtani scored all the way from first base. And now gets the Dodgers to increase their lead 5-2. Teoscar up to bat. And the pitch that he sees. Check swing. Did he go? It was high. And they say yes, he did. Mookie is a monster of a hitter. It's really, really good. Oh, 1 pitch from Budos. Swing and a miss. Budos, 26 years old. At a 2.55 earned run average during the regular season. This is his 5th postseason game that he has entered into. As the foul will still remain. Make the count remain at 0-2. Dodgers entering into tonight for the first time in their franchise history have had 7 or more walks in their first 3 innings of a postseason game. 0-2 to Hernandez. Fly ball hit out over towards left field. It'll stay in the yard. And Nimmo is there. He'll track it down and make the catch. And Betts will retreat back over to second base. Doubleheader tomorrow too, says Lou. Yep. I won't be doing it. I'll be doing something similar to like tonight. Because I'm going to be going to see somebody. Teoscar the Grouch. Tommy Edman stares at ball 1 as it's just a little bit high. Edman had the RBI double back in the 3rd. The 1-0 to Tommy. Ground ball. It's a foul ball. And it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Especially at 77 people tuning in. That's awesome. Thank you all so much for being here. If you are new, hit the thumbs up button. Hit the subscribe button as well. Toss back over to second. And Betts is safe. He's dancing off the bag. And he smiles with Francisco Lindor. So they share a little laugh. Please continue to hit the thumbs up button, folks. The 1-1 to Edman. High again. Spread the word, tell your friends, and let's try to continue to grow this awesome community. Two-one pitch to Tommy. Swung on and missed. Got a changeup. And could not do anything with it. I see why you said Teoscar, the Grouch. 2-2 pitch on the way. On the outside corner for a called strike 3. And Tommy Edman goes down looking, and the inning is over. However, Mookie Betts adds to the Dodgers' lead and increases it by 2 on a 2-run double. And the Dodgers lead at 5-2. Bottom of the 4th coming up. Okay. Lots of ads tonight, says Hardcore. Yeah, how many have you had so far? How many have you had so far? I was just curious. It's been a 2-out kind of a day, says John Williams. All right. So we're going to the bottom of the 4th. Appreciate each and every one of you for coming on here. If you are new to my channel, okay, my name is Jason Joseph. I go live for Sixers, Eagles, and Phillies games on here. But we are also covering the rest of the MLB playoffs. I will be back on tomorrow, and we'll finish out the rest of game. What will it be? It'll be game 5 of the Dodgers Mets game, and then we'll be back for the Mets Guardians. I probably come on at around like 7 o'clock, 7:30 ish. Just to get that underway. So we'll see. We'll see how it all goes. But that's what we try to do on here, man. I'm a broadcaster from South Jersey, and I go live for Phillies. I said that I go live for Phillies, Sixers, and Eagles, but I called games for the Delaware Bluecoats and for the Wilmington Blue Rocks in person, which was really, really cool. And I graduated from Rowan in the spring of 2022 with a sports communication and media degree. And I wanted to come on here, man. I really did. I knocked on a lot of people's doors, and I told them about who I was. And, I thought, what? Coming on here is a really, really good way to get reps, and it's also the future. It is the future. And you can be heard and seen by so many people. And what people care about nowadays is building a community. If you got to build a following, you have to have some type of a following, and that's what we're building on here. We're not building a following on here. We're building a family. Okay? And that's what I want to create on here. So, I hope you enjoyed the stuff that we do. It's a little bit different than just traditional play-by-play, even though I still kind of have those roots in me as I do this. But if you can follow along, and if you're enjoying the game, at the very least, give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. That's all I ask. JJ has the fancy degrees. I appreciate that. Thank you. Yep. Work hard, man. Hard work and taking advantage of what you have. Five to 2 as we head to the bottom of the fourth, and JD Martinez looks at a four-seamer that catches the knees for strike one. Yamamoto gets set and fires. That's inside. Yamamoto, 26 years old. The 1-1 misses. 14 sliders thrown by Yamamoto tonight, which is a career high for him. 2-1 pitch to JD, and he looks at strike two, right down the heart and soul of the plate. Last time he pitched, he went 5 innings, gave up 2 hits against the Padres. 2-2 to Martinez, and there's a fly ball hit over towards medium depth right field. Betts comes jogging in, and he'll be there to catch it for the first out of the inning. Okay. So Martinez is out as he flies out to right. And Iglesias comes up and he hits a little cue shot over towards the mound, and the throw by Yamamoto as he spins and turns, throws it over to first, is in time. And there's 2 quick outs. Just like that. All right. Two gone, bottom of the fourth. Harrison Bader steps into the box and swings and misses at a fastball. A 1, strike 2. Oh, and 2 is the count. Yamamoto winds up and fires. Just misses. One ball, two strikes. And the 1-2 delivery, swing and a miss, and Harrison Bader strikes out, and the inning is over. Time to go to the top of the fifth. Teoscar Hernandez will lead things off. It'll actually be, Kike Hernandez who will lead things off as we go to the top of the fifth. What am I doing? Edmund struck out looking. I thought that I put this on here, but I guess not. And Teoscar, he flied out to left. Okay. I didn't realize this. I haven't really been on the socials for the last couple of days, but I decided to come back on now. I had no clue that Fox Sports tweeted out a couple of days ago that Tropicana Field is not going to be ready for opening day due to the damage that it sustained during Hurricane Milton. Where the Rays will play in 2025 is to be determined. I mean, that's unbelievable. That's really insane. They were looking to relocate, I remember that. But they officially don't know where they're going to play. That's really wild. It's crazy. So we go to the top of the fifth. Dodgers lead it 5-2. Rising Rhino's here. What's up, Rhino? Rising Rhino Raid Magic Man's there. What is up, Rising Rhino people? Thank you all so much for the raid. Give you guys a shout out. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you guys so much for being here. It means the world to me. It really does. I appreciate it very much. We're going to the top of the fifth. Dodgers lead at 5-2. We'll come check you guys out in just a little bit. I wanted to look at the score of the NFL game. That's what I was going to do right now. It is 16-3. Y'all are coming in at halftime. It's awesome. What's up, Rising Rhino? What's up, everybody? Rising Rhino, shout out to you. Please drop your link down below, man. Please. You know what to do. You know what to do. JJ isn't using copyrighted audio. Not right now. Just kidding. I don't really try to use that at all. Rising Rhinos raid. What's up, Joe? Joe Nix is here. What's up, Joe? Broncos are my team. Thank you guys so much again. They already started building a new stadium. They will probably play at USF. They have an outside decent park. USF, is that like where the Florida MLS team plays? The pitch on the way, and there's a called strike. Kike Hernandez in the batter's box. 0-1 pitch. And that pitch by Budo had a lot of movement. And it's a called strike. Oh, 2. Foul ball. Oh, 2 pitch to Kike. And he fouls it away. The ball's 2 strikes. And the 0-2 delivery off the plate again. One-two pitch. Swung on and missed. And Budo gets his second strikeout today. Crazy. Vientober. Crazy. Here comes Max Muncy. Muncy walked twice today. The first time it was in the second. Next time after that was in the third. And he stares at the sweeper that's off the plate for ball one. Broncos lead at 16-3 at the half. Bo Nix is 13 for 21 in the passing game with 134 yards. 1-0 pitch. And there's ball two. Spencer Rattler is throwing for the Saints. And is 10 for 13 with 90 passing yards. 2-0 pitch. Fouled away. They'll be playing in a sand lot in South Miami beside a swamp full of gators. Ugh. It's the Bull College University of South Florida, pretty much in Tampa, East Tampa. Got you. 2-1 is taken for ball three. And it's 3 balls, 1 strike. Budo kicks and delivers. And Muncy, for the third time today, has gotten on with a walk. Consecutive plate appearances reaching base. Well, Muncy has 11. David Ortiz had 10 back in 2007. I think it was Billy Hatcher had said that had 10 back in 1980. 1 out. And the pitch, it's a slider. And it looked like it was a ball. But it's a called strike to Will Smith. Dodgers threatening once again with a runner over at first. 0-1 to Smith. Fly ball hit out over towards straightaway center field. And Bader backpedals. He'll make the catch. And 2 away. Muncy's 11 straight on-base appearances is now a postseason record. Billy Hatcher did it in 1990, excuse me. Pages stares at ball one. That's a new record for a single postseason. That's unbelievable. I can't help it, John. It's tough. When you're sitting for 3 hours, it's hard, man. 2-0 pitch. There's a called strike. It ain't easy. But I enjoy it. 2-1 pitch. There's a four-seamer that swung on and missed. It's just a habit. Two balls, 2 strikes. 2 gone here in the top of the 5th. We already have 55 likes. Let's keep it going, baby. Red Bull says, John, yeah, I'm not trying to stay up till 2 o'clock. If I have one of those, it'll keep me up for a while. 2-2. That's high for ball 3. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Three-two pitch. Strike 3 called on the inside corner. And that's going to end the inning. A backwards K. That's what does it. And we go to the bottom of the 5th. Okay. Nice stuff. Good day to you, too. I've had 5 ads since he's asked. Since I asked what? I do miss Philly sometimes, having access to concerts and sports. Hey, JJ, could Clearwater be a temporary home for the Rays? That's funny. That's funny. They don't have a lot of fans to attend. See what you did there. That was funny. That is funny. YouTube hates me. Give us this day my daily ban. What time is it? It's 9:57. It's crazy. You know, a lot of times in sports, I don't really think that we all think a lot about this, like the human element that goes into it. But one of my favorite things about sports is when you get really cool, whether you can call it fate, you can call it serendipitous, you can call it coincidences or like whatever. But when you get like those really, really cool bonds or those really cool special feats or whatever it is. So like for example, I will never forget when Jose Fernandez, the day after he passed, Jose Fernandez was a pitcher for the Miami Marlins, and he passed away right before, I think he was scheduled to pitch like the next day. He passed away. It's been a little bit of time now. It's been like over 10 years, I think. But anyhow, D. Gordon, who hadn't hit a home run that year, and he never really hit a lot of home runs, led off the game with a home run. And like was crying as he was rounding the bases. And that was something that was like really special. Or something that's scripted like, or something that you think is scripted, like Derek Jeter in his very last at-bat. You didn't think he would ever come up to the plate, and he did, and he had a walk-off single. Those moments to me are like what are so cool about sports, and particularly baseball. That's why Sarah Lang says baseball's the best. And I want to ask you what something really cool was that was really special that you got to witness watching a sport. Could be maybe Kobe Bryant's comeback. Could be whatever it is. Pitch to Alvarez, and oof, that hits him right on the knee. Oh, he is in pain. Ugh. Hit him right on the side of the knee. The trainer's going out there. He's over at first base. He's hobbling. Oof. He's trying to walk it off over towards that first base line. You asked about ads. I keep getting hammered, always at the worst times. I was at Kobe's last game in Philly and the Sixers' 2001 run. Kobe's last game in Philly and the 2001 run, because that was also the year that they played against the Lakers. So was that two separate things, or was that the same thing? Traveled from the Virgin Islands to Philly to watch the full series against the Red Sox. The Phillies got swept. Yep. Okay, so you're talking about Kobe's last game in Philly and the Sixers' 2001 run. I gotcha. That's really cool. The pitch. And that is up high for a ball. What's something really special that you got to witness at a sporting event? One 0 to Lindor. That's down for ball 2. Mine, of course, was Joel Embiid's 70-point game. That was really awesome. 70 points for $20. 2-0 to Lindor. He takes it on the outside corner for a strike. How about the rest of you? Any other really, really cool moments? 2-1 pitch to Lindor, swing and a miss. Any other really, really cool moments that you got to see? Like that were really, really special? The 2-2 delivery. Swing and a miss. And Francisco Lindor goes down on strikes. So Yoshinobu Yamamoto gets the big out there. The Cubs end in the 108. 108 years old. World Series drought. Watching that was really cool. My friend was at the 2008 clinching game. That's really awesome. And looks like Dave Roberts is going to go out there, and Yoshinobu Yamamoto, his day is done. So a pitch and change in the bottom of the 5th. And the Dodgers and the Mets will be right back. Saw a hat trick in the Spectrum, and later they were throwing rock salt on the ice. Who had the hat trick in the Spectrum? You have to tell me. You can't just say, "Oh, I saw somebody get a hat trick." Now I gotta know who it is. I gotta know who it is. Oof. And when was it? The Mets stink, says Kevin Salter. So far. That is really cool. Was there ever like a sports moment that actually like made you cry? You don't have to like get into it. But there were a couple for me. Lol, JJ. First time I watched Lou Gehrig's speech, that brought tears down my face. That was one. Trying to think of another one. Is there any other ones like where I sort of cried? Part of me actually got a little bit teary-eyed when Nick Foles did win the Super Bowl. That was emotional. Harry Cow's tribute at the Citizens Bank Park, says Kevin. I have no idea other than it was the Flyers in the mid-'90s. I can't follow the puck. But you remember it was a hat trick, though. You remember it was a hat trick. Okay. Evan Phillips is going to pitch. 21-31. Well, what's 21-31? I watch The Secretary once in a while and I get emotional. I'm talking about sports, though. That's what I'm talking about. Cal Ripken Jr. That's cool. The ball is one strike. One out here in the bottom of the 5th. And the pitch to Vientos, and that's taken outside and low for a ball. I didn't cry with Tiger Woods winning a major, but that was one of the most unbelievable things I ever saw. That was incredible. 2 balls, 1 strike. Jason Kelce's retirement speech. That's a good one. Two one pitch to Vientos. And there's a foul ball. Cole Hamels' retirement. But, like, what about, like, an on-the-field? Like, an on-the-field, like, sports moment. Or, like, after the game or something like that. I sat behind Patrick Ewing at a preseason game in Charleston, South Carolina. They played the Bulls and won against Michael Jordan. I got a signed of Patrick on my ticket, a signed Patrick Ewing card, and lost in moving 10. Oh, it got lost in moving 10 or more times. Wow. B. Dawkins' Hall of Fame speech. Two outs, bottom of the 5th. And the pitch on the way to Alonso, and there's a called strike. It's Evan Phillips who was on the mound. He's a relief pitcher. Serena says Tom Brady's Hall of Fame thing, it was a good one. I'm talking about like in sports though, like in sporting event moments. Like in sporting events, like as the game or as the match is going on. It's how emotional they got and showed how much they cared for Kelce and B-Doc. Now that makes it understandable. Yep. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bottom of the 5th. And the next pitch, here it is. Ground ball, hit over towards shortstop. And Edman has it, throws it over to second. And it's in time for out number 3. All right. Well, we go to the 6th. Dodgers up 5-2. WLF. I don't know what that is either. What's up, Cam? How you doing, man? Yeah. Kelce retirement speech. Yeah. It's a good one. Flyers are on again. We've reached puck drop for the final 10 p.m. game of the early season, folks. We made it. Jhonkensy Noel just became the first rookie in MLB history to hit a tying/go-ahead home run with his team trailing in a 9th inning or later of a postseason game. Crazy. That is unreal. It's pretty wild. Thanks so much for whoever just subscribed to the channel. I really do appreciate that. Keep hitting that like button. Keep hitting the subscribe button. Mod Squad, how many likes do we have on here? Let us know down below. I would really, really appreciate that. I'll have to check it out. I'll have to check that out, John. What's it called? The chariot? What's it called? The secretariat? The Secretariat? Huh. I'll have to watch that. If we're talking about movies, that's interesting. Got you. Belmont Stakes 1973. It's so impressive, JJ. Watch it. Nick Foles' speech with his kid in his arms after the Super Bowl was emotional. I got emotional when they just won. Like, but yeah, I remember that too. Comes Chris Taylor. In the first pitch, he lifts this one out over to left field, or right field, that is, excuse me. Marte is underneath the baseball, and he'll make the catch in front of the warning tracks. Thank you, Jane. Appreciate it. 61 likes so far. Good. Comes a changeup that's off the plate for ball one. The Shohei Ohtani has gotten on base 3 times. And there's a home run on the first pitch of the game. 1-0 pitch. And there's ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. Jose Budo gets set at the letters. 3 seconds left on the pitch clock. 2-0 pitch. That's down again for ball 3. Shohei Ohtani is just so locked in right now. It's not even funny. Budo with 35 pitches. 3 balls, no strikes. And the next pitch outside for ball 4. I don't think he wanted any part of Shohei Ohtani, so they just decide to walk him. And he's aboard with 1 out. Okay. All right. Let's go. 3rd straight walk for Ohtani. George! So 1 out, top of the 6th. Ohtani's running back over towards the first base dugout. As we have a pitching change. Okay. All right, so Budo's night is done. And Mendoza wants to go to another pitcher, and that's what he's going to do right now. All right, so now I need to catch up with my scorecard. So I'm going to do that right now. I still like to keep score. You know, they always teach you that in broadcasting, it is so nice to be able to just follow the game along and keep score. And I keep score my own way. I do. I don't do like the little dashes for the bases. I like to do it my own sort of style. But, you know, HR for homer, second base for double, like all that sort of stuff. I like to follow along that way. But it's cool. It's cool. I think that keeping score is a nice thing to do. And it's sort of an old school thing. It's, I think nowadays it's more so of like a lost art. But when I'm calling games in person, it helps me keep track of like what's going on. And it's just a good thing to do. It's a good habit to get into. So I'm always like looking to help out other broadcasters or other people that are interested in doing like what we do on here or what we do in person as well. So I think that those are always like really, really good things. I also have this like multicolored pen. Okay. It's there's black, red, green, and blue. And I like to utilize all of those colors. And it's really nice because it's at my disposal. So, if you are ever interested in asking me questions about sports broadcasting stuff or business inquiries, please email me. Email me down below. It is in the description. Sorry, I'm just adjusting this. But I'm always willing to help other people out in their careers or whatever it is. I am. I'm that type of person. So reach out if you have any questions. Again, the email is posted in the description down below, and we can always talk. Phil Maton is going to pitch for the New York Mets. He's now the third pitcher utilized today. And it's Mookie Betts who's up with one out. Ohtani over at first. And the next pitch is taken for a strike. Mookie's 2 for 3 with a single, a double, a run scored, and 2 RBI. He had the 2 RBI double in the top of the fourth. That was his last at bat. Ohtani over at first. Maton kicks and fires. It's outside. One and one is the count. And the next pitch, down for ball 2. So he goes with a cutter, Maton. Then he goes with a cutter again. And sinker. Sinker was way down low. Came at only 87 miles per hour. 2-1 pitch. And the cutter reaches 89. And it's a foul ball. 10 hits combined in this game between the Dodgers and the Mets. And also 7 runs combined. Dodgers had Ohtani lead off the ball game with a homer. Then Vientos tied it back with a solo homer in the bottom of the first. Ohtani now over at first base. And the 2-2 pitch. Fly ball hit out over towards deep left field. It's carrying. It's going back over towards the track. And it is gone! Mookie Betts, have yourself a day. He has driven in 4 runs and also just nailed his 3rd homer of the postseason as he gives a little fist bump over at third base and comes cruising on in to home plate. And these Mets fans are silenced. Had a hanger right down the middle, and Betts is on fire. Betts and Ohtani today have gotten on base 7 times. Let me talk about Soto and Judge being the best duo in baseball. I think that they have something to say about that. The pitch to Teoscar, and it's high and inside for ball 1. The 1-0. Inside again for ball 2. Charge! Betts is getting high fives from everybody in the Dodgers dugout. Smiles all the way. 2-0. Inside for ball 3. Freeman has the night off. 3-0 pitch. And that misses high for ball 4. And Maton just cannot get out of this. And that is another walk allowed by the Mets pitching staff today. Looking back at the home run by Mookie. Did not know if it was going to go out, but he did a little bat flip. It was a nice bat flip, too, and he's just skipped on over to first base. It was a little kiss to the Mets fans as well. Oof. And now it's Tommy Edman coming up to bat. He'll be hitting on the left side. We're on the top of the 6th. It is 7-2 Dodgers. Mookie Betts has driven in 4 runs in his last 2 at-bats. He had a 2-run double in the top of the 4th and just hit a 2-run homer a couple at-bats ago. Edman slices the first pitch foul. His average in the postseason is at 323. Maton with the 0-1. Ground ball hit over to shortstop. Lindor flips it over to second for one. The throw to first, and Edman, I think he beats it out. He did. So it's a fielder's choice ground out. First base umpire was not in the picture at first, so it was a little bit hard to tell what the call was. Hit the thumbs up button. Don't forget you're also more than welcome to hit the super chat button as well. You're the youngest man of empathy, discipline, respect, and intelligence I've ever had the honor of knowing, JJ. That is a compliment that I will never forget. Wow. Thank you. That's, wow. Thank you for that. I will take that with me. I will take that with me to my grave. I appreciate that. That put a big smile on my face. The ball 2 strikes to Kike Hernandez. And the next pitch is low for a ball. Throw over the second base to get Edman. He's safe. And he gets into second base. Thank you, Jane. Wow. Good night, Serena. Good night, Serena. Thanks so much for coming on here. It's an incredible compliment, man. Wow. Next pitch, and there's a called strike 3. And we go to the bottom of the 6th. So the Dodgers lead it 7-2, thanks to a 2-run homer by Mookie Betts. And Kike gets out, and the inning is over. Bottom of the 6th, Mets down by 5 here in Game 4. Night, morning, more like it. It's funny. Love. Thanks. Lawton had the goal. It's great. Scott Lawton. How about that? Charger Tesla, no charging station for 600 miles. It's funny. I was going to do a podcast today about the Phillies. I just didn't really have time to do it. I recorded another podcast instead, and I'm going to finish that podcast with somebody else tomorrow. And I am going to eventually do another pod on the Phillies, but Larry Anderson went on PHLY Sports today, and I wanted to play you something that he actually had to say. Larry Anderson is the color commentator for the Phillies radio cast on 94 WIP. He's one of them, along with Kevin Stocker, and he calls it with Scott Fransky, also a former player. So I wanted you to hear what he had to say here, because I thought that what he said was actually pretty valid.
And I think that the players themselves, one of the big things for me is I just want them to be accountable. And I don't, I go back to 93, and I know a lot of people probably are, players anyway, are tired of hearing about the 93 team, but it was a beloved team in the city for one reason, or a couple of reasons, but one of them was that they played the game the right way. They went out and they played hard when they played hard off the field, no question, but they crossed those white lines. And, man, it was game on. And they did everything right. They were the most unselfish group of players. If you had a leadoff double, that next hitter, I don't care if it was Dalton hitting fourth or Hollins or Crucky or who, they were trying to hit a ball, drive a ball to the right side to get that runner to third with less than 2 outs. That was their number one goal. You don't see that anymore. You don't see guys bunting, playing any small ball until you get to the playoffs. Then teams will play small ball. Why they don't do it all year round, I don't know.
And I think that that's a really good point. I really do. I mean, we've been talking about it a little bit, but like when you hear just from his perspective, you know, him just being around the guys, I think that it says a lot, you know? The first pitch to Brandon Nimmo, and that's in there for a strike. Second pitch, that just misses a little bit inside. But I thought that was like a really, really valid point that, yeah, like you don't really see a lot of small ball, and it's sort of just now like a lost art, you know? But I feel like why the Guardians, why the Mets, the Dodgers, and the Yankees have all gotten to like where they have is because they're getting guys on base. And every single time that we come up, we just wanted to try to hit the home run ball. That's not good enough. It's important to have your sluggers, but you gotta find ways to get on too. 1-2 pitch, and there's a foul ball. You know, Gene Segura back in 2022 was one of those guys that just always found a way to make contact and hustle. And I think that as we approach the offseason, we need to find more so of those guys. Marsh did it as well. Stott also did it. And we just couldn't really find ways to do that because the mindset is just to go for the long ball and go for the power kill. And it's either hit or miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and the pitch, and that's fouled away. But those are just my thoughts about that. What about you, though? One-two pitch. Line drive, base hit into left field. And the Mets have Brandon Nimmo get on base. Wow. Thanks so much for the 60 likes, guys. Appreciate that. Little by little bit by bit, Phillies keep going for the big hits. Yeah, that's exactly correct. I think that that's really why they lost, because they weren't getting the guys on base, and every time that they did get guys on, there wasn't really, like, it was always to crush the baseball. It's not necessarily like what you need in every single situation. 1-0 pitch. That misses low for ball 2 to Starling Marte. Yeah, 58 people on here watching. Appreciate all that. If you are tuning in, let me know where you're tuning in from. Bottom of the 6th, 2 balls, no strikes. And nobody out as well. 2-0. Ground ball off the glove of the third baseman. And it goes out over to left field. Edman does get over to it. And the Mets already fighting and clawing back as they have runners over at first and second with nobody out in the bottom of the 6th. Kike Hernandez did everything he could. It just bounced off of his glove. He tried to make a diving stop and just could not get it into the heel of the glove. But Marte hit it really fast. Small ball wins big games. Yeah. But, I mean, like, you can get, like, the big hits, too. Like, there's no doubt about it. Like, you know, you do have to have sluggers, but there has to be guys that can help set the table and guys that can sort of use the opposite field. And this year they chased so much. They just did. Here we go. The pitch on the way, and there's a called strike on the inside edge to J.D. Martinez. He's 0 for 2. He struck out and also has flied out. And amazing Mets will come back and win this game. They're the amazing Mets, this Gershwin. 0-1 delivery, and that's low for ball 1. Phillips has a 3.62 ERA during the regular season and has struck out 63 batters in 54 2/3. 1 ball, 1 strike, nobody out. The pitch to J.D. Martinez. And that's lined foul. Phillips started off his career with the Atlanta Braves back in 2018 and then was traded at the deadline to the Baltimore Orioles. 1-2 pitch off the plate. Then he was on the Orioles up until 2020. Played with the Tampa Bay Rays in 2021. Got traded to the Dodgers that same year, and he's been with the Dodgers ever since. 2-2 pitch to JD. Low for ball 3. So the count is now full. And if JD gets on, how about this? The tying run is in the on-deck circle. 3-2 pitch to Martinez. That misses inside, and the bases are loaded. And the Mets have something cooking. A runner at each bag. Martinez gets on with a walk, and Jose Iglesias is stepping into the batter's box. Wow. How about this? Crazy. 2 singles and a walk. And Mark Pryor's going to go out there. Wow. Laugh now, cry later, says Gershwin. I didn't say anything, man. I'm not even saying anything, bro. Crazy. What a game. All right, so we had Mark Pryor go out there to talk things over with his pitcher, Evan Phillips. And Jose Iglesias will get a crack at it against him. And Harrison Bader is the guy that's in the on-deck circle as well. Crazy. So let's see what happens. Iglesias hitting just .238 during the postseason. He has one hit today, and he's on a 3-game hitting streak. First pitch to Iglesias, and that looked like it just missed, but it's a called strike anyways. He's 8 for 24 over his last 7 days. 0-1. There's a fly ball hit out over towards right field, and it goes out of play. Looks like Jeff McNeil is in the on-deck circle. Bottom of the 6th. 0-2. With no outs, and the pitch to Iglesias, that is down and away. And the count is 1-2. Iglesias has never faced Phillips before. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bases loaded for the Mets with nobody out. The next pitch on the way, swing and a miss, and Phillips gets his 2nd strikeout of the ball game. And with a fastball right down Broadway, and that came at 96 on the gun. Martinez remains at 3rd, Marte's at 2nd, and Nimmo still at 1st. This time, though, it's Harrison Bader coming up to the plate. And we have time called on the bump. Looks like Banda and Trinan are now warming up in the Dodgers bullpen. Just in case this gets interesting. Morning, afternoon, and good night. I know, it's crazy. Haha, have your laughs. And now it's Jeff McNeil coming up to the plate. Just like that. Bum, bum. Bum, bum. First pitch to McNeil, swing and a miss. He got a sweeper that was right at the knees and could not catch up. Got fooled on it. Lifetime 0 for 4 with a strikeout against Evan Phillips. A 1 pitch to McNeil. That's fouled over towards the third base side, and out of play it goes. This is a huge at-bat for McNeil. No balls, 2 strikes. McNeil chokes up on the bat in the 0-2 pitch, and he stays alive. Got a high fastball, and just was able to get a little piece of it. Like and subscribe, folks, and hit those notification bell icons so that way you'll know when we go live. No balls, 2 strikes. 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. And the 0-2 to McNeil. Ground ball, foul ball. My guess is that Tyrone Taylor is probably going to come in for Harrison Bader. But I don't know. 0-2 to McNeil. Down. Surprised that they're letting Evan Phillips go this long. Bases juiced. In the bottom of the 6th, it's 7-2 Dodgers. The 1-2 to McNeil. Fly ball hit out over towards medium depth right center field. Making the catch as the center fielder. And tagging up and staying put over at third base is Brandon Nimmo. I mean, Andy Pages did a good job at just getting to the baseball, and he made an excellent throw. It was not deep enough for Nimmo to score over at third, and he got held up. I think he would have been out. I do too. I think that he would have been out. I'm not agreeing with myself, but Dave Roberts is going to go out there, and we're going to have a pitching change as Jesse Winker is going to step up to the plate for Francisco Alvarez. And the Mets are not done yet. So Phillips' night is done. Wonder if they'll bring in Trinan. Pages again had a pretty good throw. I don't know if Nimmo, I don't think he would have been able to score. I don't. Dodgers are making us nervous as Dodger Nation. Wow. If they can get out of this, that'd be unbelievable. I love the fact that we're all scattered all over the world from different backgrounds, and yet here we are in live interacting. That's, again, I don't even have to talk to all of y'all. You guys come on here, and again, it's about building this community. And I'm really happy that we built this, and it's just really nice to be able to have other people interact with each other, and that's why this is the future. That's why this thing is really going to take off, because it brings storytelling to a whole nother level. It just does. It really does. People are so used to, watching the game on cable, and of course, there's really cool things about that. There's different announcers. Some people you like, some people you don't. Some people don't like what we do on here, and that's totally fine. But I think that I like this route too. I do. I think that there should be options. I think that people need to have options of what they want to tune into. And the more, the better. I agree, John. It's like AOL without the spamming and the trolls. Yeah, but it's Yeah, but like there's more of a purpose for people to come together. You know? There's more so of a purpose for it. Not saying that AOL didn't have a purpose, but you get like get more of like a category. I don't know. Okay, let's go. All right, bases loaded, 2 outs. I don't know. I don't know if Nimmo would have been safe or not. He was held up. Blake Triton's going to come on into the ball game. I want the series to go to like 6 or 7. Here comes Jesse Winker. He'll face Triton with the bases loaded. This time it's with 2 outs. First pitch by Triton, strike 1. It's a sweeper. Right in the zone. Oh, 1 pitch to Jesse. Fly ball hit out over towards right field. It's going back over towards the track, and it is caught right by Mookie Betts on the track. And the inning is over. There was bases loaded with nobody out. And the Dodgers get out of the inning without a scratch. And we head to the top of the 7th. It's 7-2 LA in Game 4 of the National League Championship Series. Wow. I thought that thing was going to go. I really did. It is so unbelievable how they got out of that. Truthfully, I was searching for a Phillies game, found you, was going to troll, then caught your spirit and what you're all about and trying to do, and I fully support you, my brother. Thank you, man. Seriously. I really do appreciate it. I appreciate that really, really much. That means a lot to me. So, thank you. Let's give you a little bell. Yeah. No, it's fun. It's fun what we do. I like changing people's perspective on things, you know? It's a great community that we have. Speaking of John, you know, so my boys sent me some pics last night. And you know, Moosey's sort of like the spirit animal on this channel, so wanted to just share with you all some pics that he emailed me last night. See, we have a little cat sound effect. There we go. Look at Moosey. Isn't she so cute? I think she's cute. I really, really do. Yeah. I think she's so sweet. It's really, really awesome. So, just wanted to share some photos of Moosey right there. So that way y'all can see her. That is our spirit animal. So, there you have it. Moosey at her best. Moosey when she comes out. It's great. You like the little cat sound effects that I added in? Thought it was kind of cute. Moosey made it on national TV or onto the YouTube airways. Didn't think that we would ever have that, but we do. This is cute. Hopefully John saw that. Mets are gonna Met. Easy with the cat sounds. Have a dog laying me on the couch, JJ. That's funny. Okay, so now I got a Mookie Betts Prism card. You got to get a Moosey Betts card. That's what you got to do. You got to get a Moosey Betts Prism card. John, what you got to do is now you got to make a baseball card and call it Moosey Betts. No balls, 1 strike, and the pitch on the way. Line drive, base hit into center field by Max Muncy. Phil Maton still pitching. I don't even know why, but Max Muncy still able to keep his on-base streak alive, and now has gotten on 12 straight times for the Dodgers. I mean, that is unbelievable. That is unreal. Oh, man, she heard her name and looked up. You rock. She heard the cat. Yeah, it's so cute. The pitch on the way, and that is outside for a ball. Moosie reminds me of my cat, but died about 20 years ago. Oh, wow. Wow. What kind of cat? Same type? 1-0 pitch. There's a strike. It's in there on the inside corner. Scott Lofton did get a goal. Let's go, baby. You got another. Oh, that was a second goal. Wow. 1-1 pitch. And there's a foul ball. Guardians won 7-5 and beat the Yankees. After being down to their final strike, they tied it up in the bottom of the 9th. And then were able to win in the bottom of the 10th. 1-2 delivery on the way on the outside corner for a called third strike. And that is the second strikeout by Phil Maton. Drop another dime in the chat. Same type and color with a black mark on the nose as well. Wow. Oh, I'm so cute. I love cats. They are much more intelligent than dog people think. They are intelligent creatures. The pitch. That is taken inside for a ball. She curled up high on catnip. She may need rehab. 1 ball, no strikes to Andy Pages, who takes the following pitch inside. We're talking a lot about this fourth line for the Flyers. 2-0, strike 1. We can go over some NHL scores after this. We could do that. What's the score of the NFL game? Let's look at that right now. It is 26-3 in the fourth quarter. It's already in the fourth. Already. Next pitch. Chopped foul. This game has gone on even longer than the football game. 2-2 pitch to Pages. And did that hit him? I think it did. Yep, it did. It hit him square on the elbow. And it looks like Dave Roberts is going to go out there to check up on him, as well as the training staff as well. See where that hit him. Ouch. Oh, ow. Just on the hand. It was on the pinky. The bone. Ugh. This is his left pinky bone. Ouch. Damn. Broncos 26, Saints 3. Andy Pothead. Yeah, Andy Pages. Pothead. Y'all are funny. Let's have some action in their bullpen, and Shohei Ohtani now on deck as Chris Taylor will come on into the batter's box. The pitch to Taylor, swing and a miss. Pages is going to still stay on out there for now, at the very, very least. The 1 pitch, fouled away. Anthony DeGrazio just tweeted out that the Flyers are 43.8% on the period and lost all FOs in the offensive zone. The 0-2 delivery is low and away. Still in the top of the 7th, out in Queens. One and two is the count. The pitch. Here it is. Swing and a miss. Taylor chases after the curveball, and Maton records his third strikeout today, and there's 2 outs. And Carlos Mendoza is going to go out there, and Shohei Ohtani, as he's being introduced as the new batter. Mendoza is going to make another pitching change, and Ohtani's going to go back to the dugout for a quick second and read the scouting report, as the Mets are going to go to another pitcher. So how many new pitchers is this for them? The Dodgers have used 3, and the Mets have used 4. But the thing is that they're making these changes during the innings. Phillies really weren't doing that a whole bunch, I don't think. I don't know. So 2 outs and Ohtani's coming up, but we have a pitching change first. Having trouble chatting, but I did see the Moosie photos. Looks like our tuxedo cat Riggs. It works! It's not doubling! Larry, you did it! Let's go! You did it! Wow. Nice. Very, very nice. We got 60 people tuning in. 65 likes. We got to get to 100. We got to get to 100, man. She's a tuxedo panda bear. 66 likes. That's great. Keep it going, man. Keep subscribing and keep liking. By the time we get to the World Series, I want us to get to 4630 subscribers. I think we can do it. I most certainly do. Told you every game this series is a blowout. Ugh! No! Ugh. Man. Oh, that was written 3 times. Darn it. Yeah. I don't know. I'll try to figure out how to help you. Just not now. That's weird. Magic Johnson's in the house. So is Dwight Gooden and Joe Torre. Colin Yost and Scarlett Johansson are also there. Are they dating? They're sitting next to each other. Are they dating? And now it's Ohtani coming up. First pitch to Shohei. That's off the plate. And the guy that he's facing is Danny Young. Ohtani homered, and ever since then has walked 3 times. 1-0 to Shohei. Strike 1. It was a sinker that caught the outer third of the plaque. Chat's freezing. It's going to start happening again. Oh, boy. The 1-1 to Ohtani. Swing and a miss. Oof. Got fooled. Right on the sweeper. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Ohtani. He's 7 for his last 20 with runners in scoring position. And has homered 7 of those times. If that's not clutch, I don't know what is. 1-2 is the count. The 1-2 pitch to Ohtani. Ground ball hit over towards the first base side. Scooped up, throw over to first. And that is in time. It was a broken back ground ball. Hit over towards that right side. And Ohtani still hustled out of the box, but was just out on the throw by Iglesias. And the inning is over. No runs. 2 men left. We've played 6.5 innings and head to the bottom of the 7th out in Queens. Okay. So a ground ball out to end the inning. All right. What time is it now? What time is it now? All right, it's time for baseball trivia. Okay, I'm going to ask you a baseball trivia question. If you get it right, you'll hear this. If you get it wrong, you'll hear this. Okay. Let's ask this one. Which team lost a record 113 games in 2003? Which team lost a record 113 games in 2003? This is Jan. I'm just using my other phone. I just want to see if it does the same thing to help Larry. Got you. Juan, thank you so much for subscribing, my guy. Appreciate it. Good stuff. The Phillies. Nope. Which team lost a record of under 13 games in 2003? Not the White Sox. The Mets. Nope. 113 games. Which team lost 113 games back in 2003? 121 is now the new record. Buffalo Blue Chips. Nope. Nope. Keep guessing. Got a couple more. Couple more guesses, man. Which team lost a record 113 games back in 2003? Was it the Marlins? No. The Detroit Tigers. Ding, ding, ding. Got it. It was the Detroit Tigers. About that. I'm too lazy to Google, says John. I'm too lazy to cheat. It was the Detroit Tigers. You got it. Did you also know that the first ever Olympic to feature baseball was back in 1992? I didn't know that. Lindor is up to bat, and he takes the first pitch off the plate. Blake Trinan still pitching. 1-0 pitch to Lindor. Inside for ball 2. Flyers have 10 shots on goal on 26 attempts, I think that it said, this year. 2-0 to Lindor. Strike 1. It was right down the middle of the plate. Two balls, one strike. A pitch to Lindor. That misses high and a little bit inside. Is there a limited number of times a pitcher can throw to try to get a runner on first now? Says John. Pickoff attempts. 3-1 pitch. Ground ball. Base hit into center field. And Francisco Lindor took a pitch that was actually really low and just was able to send it right back up the middle for a base hit. How about that? Pretty cool. Jane says baseball shouldn't be an Olympic sport. I disagree with that. You got the KBO, you got the Japanese League, you have the Dominican Republic, you got Cuba. It's becoming more and more international. So I think it should. Pitch to Vientos. Ground ball hit over to shortstop. The flip over to second. There's one throw over to first, and that was off the line. And Vientos dodged a bullet there. So they're going to call that a fielder's choice and probably an E6 or an E4 on Chris Taylor, actually. So single and a fielder's choice. And Pete Alonso is going to come on up to the plate. The pitch. And there's a strike. Yes, pickoff attempts is, yeah. How many? Sorry, I couldn't answer because the pitch was going on. It's still the same amount, I believe. A 1, that's down for ball 1. How many pickoff attempts allowed? It's 2. 2 pickoff attempts or steps off per plate appearance. 1-1. That is down low for ball 2. Is 2 disengagements still. The 2-1 to Alonso. Swung on and missed. What's up, 3-Step? How you doing, 3-Step? What's good, man? Thank you so much for being here. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Pete Alonso, the polar bear. And the 2-2 misses in the dirt for ball 3. Roberto, thank you so much for subscribing to the channel. I appreciate that very, very much. Bottom of the 7th. Mets had bases loaded in the bottom of the 6th with nobody out and could not hammer in a run. The payoff pitch to Alonso, swing and a miss. And another strikeout deposited into the bank for the Dodgers. That was Blake Trinan. Was able to go with a slider outside. Broncos now lead at 33-3. Wild. Alonso strikes out, and here's Brandon Nimmo. Nimmo stares at a sweeper that catches the kneecaps. The Mets have 7 hits and 2 runs. They're 3 for 9. They're 0 for 6 with runners in scoring position. 1 swung on and missed. And they've also left 7 guys on base. The Dodgers, on the other hand, have left 9 men on base and are 3 for 9 with runners in scoring position. No balls, 2 strikes to Brandon Nimmo. Next pitch bounces in the dirt. It's inside for a ball. How was vacation, man? Time for the fans to file out of New Orleans. The 1-2 pitch to Nimmo, and he gets a piece of it. Game 5 of this series will be tomorrow at 5:08 p.m. Again, we'll catch the end of this game, but then we'll go on for the for the Yankees Guardians game. The 1-2 pitch, line drive, base hit into right field. Heading on over to third base is Vientos. The throw is cut off over at second base, and Brandon Nimmo gets on with a single. I'll put runners at the corners. That's now 2 at-bats in a row, at least where he has gotten a single. And now it's Starling Marte coming on up to the plate. Just was able to hit it out over there into right field. 7-2 Dodgers. And Marte is up to bat once again. He's 1 for 3. The pitch. Strike one. It's a sweeper. Blake has faced Starling Marte 8 times, and Marte's just 1 for 8 against him. 0-1, swing and a miss. I mean, that sweeper was a foot off the plate. That was like a Trey Turner type of a swing. Just chased on after it as it ran outside. The 0-2 to Marte, and that is wide and low. Good job by the catcher to just protect that and not let it bounce too far away. One ball and 2 strikes. The pitch to Marte. Fly ball hit out over towards right field, and it will be heading over towards the track, and Betts is there to make the catch, and the inning is over once again. The Mets strand runners over at first and third and cannot get anybody home with runners in scoring position. So we head to the 8th inning. It's 7-2 out in New York. Okay. Fly out over to right. And we head to the top of the 8th. Telling you, this has been a long game. Gusts up to 70. Oof. Moosey Betts. That's right. That's right. How much are the Flyers in are they in intermission? Oh, they just got out. Okay. Just got out of their intermission. Mookie gets the last out of the 7th, and he'll lead things off in the top of the 8th. He fielded the last out. All right, let's take a look at the NHL scores. Before we do that, MLB scores just one more time. Dodgers lead at 7-2 as they head to the top of the 8th in the NLCS. The ALCS Game 3 occurred today. Yankees ended up losing by a score of 7-5. The Guardians came back, and Game 4 will be tomorrow night at 8:08 p.m. Eastern Time. The NFL game that's going on still, technically, it's a 33-3 with about 3 minutes to go. Actually, there's about 2:21 left to go. Broncos are up against the Saints. It's 33-3. What else do we got? We got WNBA. The next game is on Friday. And in the National Hockey League, the Blackhawks lead at 4-2 in the third period with about 35 seconds to go. Flyers up 2-1 in the second period. That just got started. So those are the only 2 games that are going on now. The Kings beat the Canadiens 4-1. The Devils won in Ottawa by a score of 3-1. The Lightning are now 3-0. And they just beat the Golden Knights by a score of 4-3. Ended up coming back in that third period after being down 3-2. Speaking of 3-2, the Canucks beat the Panthers 3-2 in overtime out in Florida. Capitals also won 3-2 against the Dallas Stars in Washington. Columbus Blue Jackets put up 2 goals in each period and won 6-4 against the Buffalo Sabres. Rangers ended up winning out in Detroit against the Red Wings by a score of 5-2. The St. Louis Blues and the Islanders were scoreless up until overtime, and Hofer got the goal to put the Blues up 1-0 and have them win by that final score. And then the Edmonton Oilers were in Nashville, and they beat the Predators. The Predators have an 0-4 start. And the Oilers won 4-2. McDavid did get a goal, and Kulak actually had 2 goals. Here's Mookie Betts. 1 ball, 1 strike. He's 3 for 4 tonight with a single, a 2-run double, and also a 2-run homer as well. 1-1 delivery. That is taken inside for ball 2. Okay. Let's see the official spirit animal of play-by-play with JJ. 2-1 pitch. Line drive. Base hit into right field. And Betts now 4 for 5 today. I mean, him, Ohtani, and Muncy are just destroying the Mets today. Unbelievable. All 3 of them combined, they've all gotten on 4 times. It is absolutely crazy. And Betts now with 4 hits in a row. Here comes Teoscar Hernandez, who's hitless in 3 at-bats, but he walked his last time up. Takes the first pitch in there for strike 1. Every single Dodgers player, except for Andy Pages, has gotten on base. Next pitch. That is way inside. Also, every Mets starter, as weird as this sounds, every single Mets starter has also gotten on base too. Lindor's 2 hits. Vientos had a home run. Alonso got on with a walk. Nimmo had 2. Marte had a hit. Martinez walked. Iglesias got on with a hit. Bader was the only one that did not, the only starter that did not get on base. 2-1 pitch. That misses inside and low for ball 3. The 3-1 offering, that's low, again for ball 4, and Teoscar Hernandez has walked once again. And Betts will slide on over to second base. 7 or more walks in 4 straight postseason games, which is for their first time in postseason history for the Dodgers. Saints are trying to get closer. It's funny. The Dodgers also have 30 walks in this series alone, which is tied most in the first 4 games of a playoff series. Kiermaier's going to pinch run for Teoscar Hernandez. And Tommy Edman now batting on the right side. The switch hitter fouls one off of his front foot. This is the first time that he is batting on the right side today. Guy that had a lot of playing time for the St. Louis Cardinals. Played mostly over at shortstop. With the Dodgers, he's been used at shortstop, center field, and a little bit of third base. Edman did double back in the third. Struck out looking twice in the first and in the fourth. And grounded into a fielder's choice in the 6th inning. Young stares back at second. Now back to the plate in the 0-1. Line drive, base hit down the left field line. It's a fair ball. Betts will score. Behind him is Kiermaier. He'll come on in to score as well. And it's now 9-2 on the 2-run double hit by Tommy Edman. That's his 2nd double tonight. And it's been all Dodgers here in Game 4. Wow. That is unbelievable. Edman just was able to keep it fair. How many guys can say that they double from both sides of the plate in the playoffs? Especially now, switch hitters are not really as common. Comes Kike Hernandez, who fouls off pitch number 1. Kike did have an infield single in the 3rd. Edman's over at second. 9-2 Dodgers. And the 0-1, line drive and another base hit, as this time it's out over to right field. Holding up over at third base is Edman, and Kike Hernandez wants to add in with another hit, and that's now 11 hits today by the Dodgers. And there's still nobody out. As crazy as that sounds. Do I use the bell? Nah, I'm not going to. Not going to do that now. Max Muncy is up to bat. He has gotten on base in 12 straight plate appearances, which is a postseason record. 1 for 1 today. They have a game log of his last 12 plate appearances. 0-1, and that's outside for a ball. Last 12 plate appearances, he's reached base in his last 12, which is tied for the longest streak in postseason history. Reggie Jackson was the last guy to do it. 1-1 to Muncy, swing and a miss. So during those appearances, he's homered. He walked again, single, walk, home run, walk, and single. And the 1-2 to Muncy, swing and a miss. So he ends up just staying tied with Reggie Jackson, and that is the first time in 12 plate appearances that he has gotten retired. I said 12, I meant to say 13. So he strikes out, and that's how the first out comes. Comes Will Smith, who takes one on the outside edge. A 1 delivery. There's a foul ball. You can use the bell. I'm here for you, JJ. I ain't going to do it. I did it for Ohtani with the leadoff homer because that was pretty wild. I'll have to get a horn or something. The ball's 2 strikes. Young kicks and delivers, and it's in the dirt. Hit the thumbs up button, man. And hit the subscribe button as well. Got 53 people still watching on here. 1-2 pitch. Line drive, and there's a base hit back up the middle. Edman will score, and the Dodgers are in double figures as it is now 10-2. And stopping over at second base is Kike Hernandez. It's Will Smith, who was one of the only starters that didn't get on base for the Dodgers, and he makes it an 8-point lead for LA. Wow. And I stand corrected. That was his first hit. So everybody has a hit, and everybody has gotten on base for the Dodgers except for Andy Pages. Now, Pages did ground into a fielder's choice, but he's the only guy who hasn't had a hit today. And it'll be interesting to see what Mendoza decides to do. 10-2, and this is a bloodbath. Dodgers scored as many runs, as many points as the Saints did tonight. It's crazy. They stay put. Here's Andy Pages. And the pitch on the way. Fly ball hit out over towards straightaway center field. Taylor gets under it. He'll be there to make the grab. Tagging up from second is Hernandez. He'll head over to third. And Pages is still the only guy that hasn't gotten a hit tonight for the Dodgers. Over the last 6 games, the Dodgers in total have put up 40 runs. 40. And the Mets have been outscored 30-9 in 4 of those games. Pitch to Taylor, swing and a miss. That's pretty impressive, man. Appreciate your coverage, JJ. Just perfect, says Casey. Thank you. I appreciate you, Casey. 0-1 pitch. And that's down and in. This is insane, man. And Game 5 is tomorrow in the early evening. The 1-1 offering is outside for ball 2. As soon as I get home, we'll cover the rest of it. We'll probably go live at around 7. The 2-1 to Taylor. And that's outside again for ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike. The pitch to Taylor, outside for ball 4, and the bases are loaded once again for the Dodgers. And Mendoza is staying put. Wow. Keep hitting the like button, man. Let's get to 100 likes. We need 31 more. And Shohei Ohtani coming up with the bases juiced. Wow. He's the 9th man to bat. The first pitch, he fouls it off of his back ankle. Oh, boy. Ugh. And he's hobbling a little bit. And takes a step out of the box. But Ohtani is up with the bases loaded. This is storybook right here for him, potentially. He's got his back ankle. Wow. 0-1 to Ohtani. And that is low and away for ball 1. 3 grand slams for Ohtani. The 1-1 swing and a foul ball. Ten to 2 Dodgers. Bases loaded. Ohtani up to bat. He's 1 for 2 today. The 1-2 to Ohtani. Foul ball. And Ohtani, as he fouled that one away towards the third base side, he sort of squinted a little bit and said, ow. Still dealing with the pain that he fouled off from the first pitch. 1-2 to Shohei. And that's a cold strike, 3 at the knees. Even though it looked a little bit low. But regardless, we go to the bottom of the 8th. And the Dodgers add on 2 more runs. As it's now 10 to 2. LA, they're in double figures. They send 9 men up to the plate. And Tommy Edman gives them a 2-run double. Also can't forget about the RBI single by Will Smith. So they really got 3 runs. And we head to the bottom of the 8th. Wow. You better do something, Mets. Yep. This is really insane, man. Oh, boy. Hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel. We're only 7.5 innings into this. Huh. Yeah, I'm happy that there is no pitch clock. I know I've said that like a lot of times tonight, but this is great. Like, Yankees Guardians, how long was that game? Let's see. Did they give you time of the game? That was they don't give you time of the game. So that started at 5:08. Yeah, game time, 3 hours and 52 minutes. And it went into 10 innings. This game so far, it got started at 8:08, so what's that, 3 hours, 17 minutes. Last night's game, it was 8-0 Dodgers. How long was that game? That game was 3 hours, 11 minutes. You know, it's like, it's good, you know? We're not really seeing a lot of like 2.5 hour games or 2 hour, 40-minute games. It's pretty nice. I like it. JJ's the narrator of the bedtime story for the Mets. Once upon a time, there was a man who lived by the name of Shohei Ohtani. And on the first pitch against the New York Mets, hit one into the night and went BAM! To put the Dodgers up 1-0. Ohtani would then go on and get on base 3 more times. And Mookie Betts, his partner in crime, would get a 2-run double and a 2-run homer and help the Dodgers go up 10-2 to put the Mets backs against the wall. 10-2 in the bottom of the 8th, and Edgardo Henriquez is going to pitch for the Dodgers. The pitch to JD. That's inside for a ball. Boo Bam just frightened me, JJ. It's about bedtime for me. Been up since like 4 this morning. Oof, man. 1 ball, no strikes. And the 1-0 pitch. And that's in the dirt for ball 2. The end, says John Williams. This game is over, says Kevin. Is it? I don't know. 2 balls, no strikes to JD Martinez. Enriquez comes set at the letters. And the 2-0 is down low and outside for ball 3. Do you know what the longest postseason baseball game was? 3-0 pitch. And there's a strike. The longest postseason game ever was more recently. It was back in the 2018 World Series. It was Dodgers and Red Sox. That game went to 18 innings. And Muncy actually ended up walking it off. And it was just a 2-1 score. The game itself lasted 7 hours and 20 minutes. 3-2 on the way, and that's down low for ball 4. And JD Martinez gets on with another walk. And he leads off the bottom of the 8th. Jose Iglesias coming up to bat. Touchdown and 2 points. That's right. Pitch to Iglesias. And that's a 98-mile-per-hour heater that catches the outside corner. The 2 clubs that day combined to use 18 pitchers and 46 players overall, which were both postseason records. 1 delivery, and that is down low for ball 1. One ball, 1 strike to Jose Iglesias. The next pitch is down and away. Remember the Astros-Mariners game? That lasted 6 hours and 22 minutes. 2-1. Popped up, hit out over towards the first base side. Muncy has it. He'll make the catch. And there's out number 1 in the bottom of the 8th. That was a 1-0 victory in the ALCS. Crazy. The pitch. That's down low for a ball. One ball, no strikes. The pitch on the way. That's at 98 miles per hour. Did he go? That's the question. There was no appeal, and they say no, he did not. It's 2 balls, no strikes to Chris Taylor. Two-0 on the way. Ground ball hit over towards the middle. The flip over to second, that's all that they're going to get. Nice play by the second baseman, Chris Taylor, to just go up the middle, make a sliding stop, and throw it on over to Tommy Edman, who had to go cover second. And they got J.D. Martinez out. That was a big one. And Luis Torrens is going to be coming up to bat. That was a really nice play by Taylor. Torrens hitting on the right side. Takes a strike at 98 miles per hour. This is his first postseason at-bats. Runner on now at second is the advanced on the defensive indifference. And the pitch, and that's taken for a strike. They call that defensive indifference, or was that a stolen base? Yeah, they call it fielder's indifference. The ball is 1 strike. And time called as Henriquez wants to talk things over with his catcher. Snowboarding is awesome, says John. 0-2 to Torrens. There's a fly ball hit out over towards shallow center field. Taylor's there. He'll track it down, and he'll make the catch. And the inning is over. So, we head to the top of the 9th. It's 10-2 Dodgers. 4 hours, 47 minutes you have been on play-by-play with JJ. 4 hours, 47 minutes I've been on since 3 hours, 47 minutes. It has to be 3 hours, 47 minutes. Longest game that I've done, 4 hours, 47 minutes. That could be the case. Longest stream that I've ever done was probably over 6 hours. I think that the longest stream that we did was when we did the doubleheader of Dodgers and Phillies. We did Phillies... We did a Phillies game, then we did the Dodgers game. I think that was the longest. I forget, though. What is the longest stream that we've done? I want to know. It was like more recently, too. Yeah, 7 hours, 6 minutes. We did Phillies versus Cubs and Dodgers versus Padres. That was a 7-hour stream. That was a long one. I forgot it was that long. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And hit those bell icons. 3 outs to go, and we'll take a 3-1 series lead. 46 people watching. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. We hit the 70 like mark. I want us to get to 100. And I think we most certainly can. I do. Night, everyone. I'm out of here, says Kevin. Thank you so much for supporting, man, and for coming back on here. How many total people have viewed our channel? I don't really want to know now. I'll look at it at the end. Are you loving this, JJ, as much as I am? At least the Phillies don't get totally blown out like this. Yeah. I mean, I just want a good game, you know. But I understand. Like, why you may feel this way. Yeah, it's kind of nice. It is. It's kind of nice. Oof. Top of the ninth coming up. Dodgers lead at 10-2. Why is this? Where is it? The pitch. And that is inside and low for a ball. Jane's back. What's up, Jane? One ball, no strikes to Mookie Betts, who takes the next pitch inside for ball 2. Betts 4 for 5 in this game. This is his 6th at-bat. The pitch. And he takes that one for ball 2. So it's 2 balls, 1 strike, excuse me. Young kicks and delivers, and Betts gets a piece of it and stays alive. Thanks for the score update. Appreciate it. Charge! 2-2 delivery. That's upstairs. Danny Young is 30 years old. His debut with the Seattle Mariners back in 2022. Payoff pitch, grounder, rolled over to second base, and the throw over to first by Iglesias will get the first out of the top of the ninth. So tomorrow, the Mets and the Dodgers play at 5:08. We'll be back probably at around 7:30. And then we'll go into the Yankees-Guardians game. And we'll cover game 4 of that. The pitch. Swing and a miss. No balls, 1 strike. 10-2 Dodgers. Kiermaier is in the batter's box, and he tries to take a hack at the next pitch and misses it badly. No balls, 2 strikes. The 0-2 delivery. Outside for ball 1. It's now 5-2 Seattle. Wow. Kraken have put up 4 goals. And I think 3 just over the last minute. Shane Wright just got a goal. Then it was Jordan Eberle. Crazy. 2-2 delivery. That's low and away for ball 3. It was Eli Tolvanen who got the goal to give the Kraken the lead 3-2. That was about 14 minutes or 15 minutes into the period. 3-2 pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. And that is the 3rd strikeout by Danny. So there you go. Okay. Now it's up to Tommy Edman with 2 outs here in the top of the 9th. Kraken are spamming goals. Saw a 12 Tiger at Hanali Bay Qualeli, or Quai. Played Jesus and got out of his kitchen. Oh boy. The pitch. Ground ball. Hit back over towards the mound. Danny Young has it. Tosses it over to first. And the inning is over. Well, we go to the bottom of the ninth. Mets are down by 8. And the Dodgers are 3 outs away from going up 3-1 in the NLCS. Play-by-play with JJ. You got me hooked like an oh no. Like an oh no. Like Yoko Ono? Got you. Ono is my favorite fish. Hey JJ, my local psychics convention has been canceled this weekend due to unforeseen circumstances. My local psychics convention. A psychics convention? Huh. Wow. When did they postpone it to? The Kraken are spamming goals. Well, the period's finally over. Eberle got his 4th goal. Is that correct? Is that his 4th goal? His 4th goal? Does he lead the league in goals already? That has to lead the league. Or is that his 4th point? Is that his 4th goal? Where's goaltending leaders? No. No one's save percentage. Oh, Kucherov is 6. Okay, Paul Cotter is 5. Gunther is 5 as well. And Reinhardt is 4. Okay. Huh. Kucherov is 6. Braden Point? How many does Braden Point have? I guess not a lot. Schaffel has 4. Who leads the league in points? Evgeny Malkin. Should have figured that. 11. Evgeny's now 38 years old. He's 38. And yet he leads the league in points. Unbelievable. And Sid is 37. Ugh, man. All right, we go to the bottom of the ninth. And it's the top of the lineup coming up for the Mets. The pitch to Lindor. That's inside. Henriquez still pitching for the Dodgers. Mets down by 8. One ball, no strikes to Lindor, hitting on the left side, and the 1-0 pitch that was inside, and Lindor got a little piece of it. Lindor is 2 for 4 today. There's a Mets fan that looks like he's going to go to sleep. He's not happy. 1-1 to Lindor. Check swing, foul ball. One ball, 2 strikes. The next pitch to Lindor, swing and a miss. And there's 1 out in the bottom of the ninth. That was at 99 miles per hour by Henriquez. He struck out in 2 out of his last 3 at-bats. Comes Mark Vientos, who homered in the bottom of the first once upon a time. And he tries to take a hack at the 98-mile-per-hour heater, but can't catch up. And is behind already, 0-1. The pitch, fouled off. Not 4 goals for anyone. No, we have 6 goals. Yep. Psychic Sun. Yeah, okay, now I get it. I get it now. Thanks. 0-2 pitch. Line drive, base hit into center field. And he gets on with a 1-out single. Yeah, okay, I get it. I get it now. Yeah. So a 1-out single by Mark Vientos. And Pete Alonso is coming up. Bottom of the 9th, 1 out. The pitch to Alonso. Line drive, base hit, and that's back up the middle. It actually hit the top of the mound and almost got a piece of the second base umpire. And the Mets have 2 base runners with 1 out. We're still in the bottom of the 9th. That is also their 9th hit today. And they have not gotten a hit with any runner in scoring position. There's Brandon Nimmo, who's 2 for 4 with a pair of singles and an RBI. One out. And the pitch to Nimmo. Ground ball hit over to first base. It's knocked down by Muncy. Throw over the second base, and that's all that they're going to get. Going over to third is Vientos, and the Mets are now down to their final out with runners at the corners. One swing can cut the lead in half. But it's with 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th. It's up to Starling Marte. The pitch in the dirt. George! Larry says, I give up. One ball, no strikes to Marte, and the pitch. It's popped up, hit out over towards foul ground. Muncy will be there, and he'll make the catch, and that's the ball game. So Game 5 will be tomorrow night, and the New York Mets have their backs against the wall as the Dodgers are 1 win away from going back to the World Series and now lead it 3-1. All right, so let's make sure that we update our text right now, which is what we will do. Where is our info board? I think it is right here. Where is it? Where is our board? That's not what I want. There we go. All right. So the Mets lose by a final score of 10-2 to the Dodgers. Both teams combined had 12 runs and 22 hits, and both teams also left 12 men on base each. Each team left 12 men on base. So, all right. That is going to wrap things up with us. So the Dodgers now lead the series 3-1, and Game 5 will be tomorrow night at 5:08 p.m. Eastern Time, and we'll be on probably at around like 7 o'clock. We're really just going to do the Yankees-Royals game, or the Yankees-Guardians game, excuse me, but we might have a little bit of time earlier to come on. All right? So that's going to wrap things up here. I'm Jason Joseph. This is Play-by-Play with JJ. I appreciate each and every one of you. $50, I predict I won't send it. If this message gets spammed 3 times, Mets will come back. And it does. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. I do. I appreciate it very, very much. And I will catch you all tomorrow. Probably be back on around 7, maybe 7:30-ish. And I will see you all then. Good night and Laila Tov. Peace.